This week on the podcast, we're joined by comedian Tom Crescenzo, and we've written songs about The Wizard of Oz. You know, I think the next time they remake this movie, a pop-punk singer should play the Wicked Witch. The Tin Man wants a heart, the Lion wants courage, the Wicked Witch wants a teenage girl.
Nice.
I like it.
Hello, and welcome to the Royds Review Podcast. I'm Rob.
And I'm Andy.
And we are... Oh, no, you go ahead. I like it. You just did it. I like that.
Sorry, I thought we were like leading into it. Like, I'm Roy, and I'm Andy, and I'm Tom Crescenzo.
No, you could do that. Do it. Say it. Say, and I'm Tom.
And I'm Tom. All right, word.
I'm not going to cut any of this. Well, I'm going to cut me talking over you saying, and I'm Tom. I'll probably cut that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so, but we're joined by comedian Tom Crescenzo. Tom, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It's funny. Here's my problem. I tell different guests different things.
Right.
And so, like, I tell Mark Ponte, friend of the show, I always have him do that. And I don't know why I don't tell other people to do that. I should probably just make that the norm.
Yeah, I mean, you know, whatever works, you know.
Yeah, we I mean, for return guests, I think it makes sense. But for, like, newcomers, we got to introduce them, you know?
Yeah. But I'm a sloppy bitch.
Listen, that's one of the things I love about you, Robbie.
And we are back once again, writing songs about 1939's The Wizard of Oz. Andy, how's your schnoz?
My schnoz is great. Thanks for asking.
Because listeners of the show know you're always getting sick. You always have some kind of cold.
That's true. That's true. Don't put that hate on me, though, Robbie.
Sneezing and wheezing.
Yeah. And the school year is, you know, we're into it. So, but I'm all right. I'm all right. I've been essentially dunking myself in fucking hand sanitizer.
That's not healthy.
That and ham sanitizer. I've been sanitizing my hands.
Very good.
Yeah.
It's good to have a clean ham for Christmas.
I agree.
This ham has a nice alcohol aftertaste.
Yeah, it tastes like pine.
Tom, thank you so much for being here.
Pleasure to be here, man. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Could you do us a favor and let our audience know your socials and such?
Certainly. You can follow me on Instagram at tom.crescenzo, Crescenzo. I have to spell that for people who've never heard of Italians. But
it took me months.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, people who've known me for like 5 years still pronounce my last name wrong at like mics and shows, and I'm just like, whatever at this point.
Well, settle the record. Say it slowly. Let's say it phonetically.
Okay, let's do it. It's Crescenzo.
Crescenzo.
Yeah.
Now, what about the first part? Tome? Thomas?
I think it's Thomas, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Thomas, and the middle name is Huge Flamer.
Okay.
Barrett's really set you up. Barrett's really set you up for success with that.
Yeah. They had a career path in mind for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to be here, man. I appreciate being on. I was excited to watch this movie again for the first time in like probably 20 years.
Yeah, same.
I can't remember the last time I watched The Wizard of Oz in full.
It had been a long time for me, and judging by Andy's reaction, the same thing.
Yeah.
Did your parents constantly reference this movie when you were a kid?
They didn't really reference it that much, but I saw it when I was very young, so they made me like aware of it. I always call references in like Family Guy.
Okay, yes.
They actually reference that movie a lot more than you would think they would. There's a lot of like jokes that as an adult, or after watching the movie, I realized, like, thinking back, I'm like, oh my god, that was a fucking Wizard of Oz joke. Like, I can't think of one off the top of my head right now. It'll have to come to me, but yeah. I always knew of it as a staple in culture. I always knew it was considered one of like the greatest movies of all time.
The one I remember from Family Guy was the "Goodbye, Big Fart."
Oh yeah, it's kind of a weird comment to make in front of all of us. Really,
Yeah.
life.
Andy, what about you? Did your parents or your mom or dad ever like constantly reference this movie?
I remember a lot of adults in my life when I was a kid referencing this movie. Like, I'll get you my pretty and your little dog too. Like my 5th grade teacher used to say that all the time. Yeah. Yeah. Lot of references. And I had this on VHS as a kid and we used to watch it all the time. And I also distinctly remember there was one of the channels, because we didn't have cable until later. We had like basic cable, so it was like one of the 13 channels was like, we're playing The Wizard of Oz, and we're like, oh boy. And we watched it, and then like there were commercial breaks, and we got like halfway through and we were like, we have this on VHS. What are we doing? So we popped it in, we watched it, and then we went back and we beat the movie. Like we beat the runtime because of all the commercials.
Yeah.
So yeah.
My mom quoted this movie ad nauseum.
Really?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I was watching this movie, and at times I'd just be like hearing my mom's voice say the lines.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Because my mom would just randomly quote it. And like, it wasn't even like, Andy, you said, I'll get you my pretty. It wouldn't even be like the big lines like that.
I feel like the random obscure lines.
Yeah. Yeah, like all of a sudden she'd be like walking around. I'm trying to think of one right now. I'm looking through my notes because I actually wrote it down.
That's a good call. I should get my notes out also.
Yeah, that's probably good. Oh yeah, she would always sing the dingadary part, if I only had a brain, and I was like, what the fuck is a dingadary?
What is it?
To memorize?
Yeah.
That's funny. I feel like everyone's parents has that one movie though that, or like, you always have that movie that your dad is constantly like referencing or something. For me, it was Jaws. My dad was always, it's like the same as you. Like when I watch Jaws, I hear the lines and I just hear my dad like saying it. And I still love the movie, but like everyone has that one movie that their parents are just like obsessed with.
Yeah.
And this and It's a Wonderful Life.
That movie, yeah, definitely. They've referenced a lot.
Previous episode, check it out.
Also, the 50s Scrooge movie,
A Christmas Carol.
Yeah, with Alistair Sim.
Oh no.
So it's considered the best one, or that one and the George C. Scott version are considered the best ones.
No. We did the best one, the Muppets one.
That's true. Yeah.
Sorry. Pardon me for forgetting greatness. I do really like the Muppets Christmas Carol.
It's really, really good.
Yeah. The Muppets are like low-key fire. Like people sleep on like the Muppet stuff, but it's not bad, like for what it is,
Yo, I love the Muppets.
Robbie loves the Muppets.
I love them. I will go on YouTube and I'm just a Jim Henson fan. So I'll go on YouTube and I'll watch his old like Sam and Friends shit.
Oh wow.
Or you ever watch the old Wilkins coffee commercials, Wilkins and Wontkins?
Yes, those are funny.
That shit it's literally a guy who's like, I won't drink this coffee. And then the other guy just kills him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's every commercial. And then
it's like gun violence and shit. Yeah, it's great.
There's one where he shoots the guy and then turns the gun to the camera and goes, so are you going to drink Wilkins?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's like, yeah, I guess I have to now.
Yeah. I don't want to get murdered by this frog puppet. This proto Kermit.
It's great shit.
Damn, I had to check out that old school Jim Henson shit. Did you see the SNL movie Saturday Night?
Not yet.
No.
I would definitely recommend it. It's very good. And I'm not trying to, this is not really a spoiler, but Jim Henson is in the movie, like as a character.
Yeah, because originally he had his little segment on SNL or when it was called, whatever it was called back then.
It was just Saturday Night back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was his, just like, it was weird. He had like a spot on SNL for the Muppets. People forget that, but
it wasn't even like the Muppets that we know. It was like a whole brand new creation, and they were bizarre, like alien, or like they were gross.
Yeah. It's so weird. It's
Yeah, no, I've seen
interesting
that.
time, the 70s.
Yeah, that is true. A lot of
Yeah.
I'm doing the international symbol for cocaine for our audio listeners. Hey Tom, is it cool if Andy and I ask you some questions so our audience gets to know you?
Certainly.
Andy, would you like to go first?
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna ask you. We're doing 3 questions, right?
Yeah, I got 3.
Each. All right. What are your top 3 favorite bands
Bands?
or musical artists, but not rappers? Because that's my next question.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a tough one because I mean it varies so much by genre, but if we're just talking like all time, like just the bands that mean the most to me, number 1 is probably Pink Floyd. Number 2 is probably Metallica, and then number 3 is Black Sabbath, I'd say.
Hell yeah, brother. Pink Floyd. The whole 70s run of Pink Floyd is like the greatest of all time.
Even some of their lesser known stuff, like people forget about albums like Adam, Heart, and Mother. Like I love that album. Like
That's good stuff too.
yeah,
But I the 70s stuff is where it brings a froth to my wiener.
of course.
Oh,
Very fun to jerk off to.
Yeah.
Go to a doctor, Andy.
Yeah, I gotta get that checked out. Like, yeah, every time I listen to Pink Floyd, something happens.
I get this weird tingly feeling in my private area.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah,
use the term froth.
Yeah.
It makes me think the cum is like
Yeah. I'm worried your penis is rabid.
I'm worried too.
Yeah, that's you probably would want to go to the emergency room for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll wait. I'll just wait and see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you might
alright.
be fine. Sleep it off.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yo, Tom, what's like a mundane thing that you're proud of?
A mundane thing?
Yeah, so like I'm really proud of my typing ability.
Oh, okay, something like that. I'm trying to think. To be honest, I don't really think about like my mundane ability. I'm actually, you know what? I'm proud of my typing ability too because I actually don't know how to type properly. I type with only my middle fingers, and like I still type pretty fucking fast. Like only using my and occasionally my thumb for like the space bar. So I don't even like really know how to type, and I still work. You know, I type all day at my job, and I'm constantly typing. And I guess I'm pretty. I have tried to compete with my girlfriend because she's an insanely fast typer, but I can't beat her. But I'm close. I'm close.
Very cool.
You know what helps is there's a game called Z-Type on you like Google Z-Type, and it's like a game where it gives like these ships are coming at you. And they're all words, and you got to type those words really fast before they get to you. Help
Oh
me.
wow!
I was at like 50 words per minute. Now I'm at 1 billion.
That can't be true.
That's impressive.
Well, there's no way to disprove it.
Show the records now.
Damn,
I want to see.
damn, he found a way. Shit. What are your 3 favorite rappers? Because I know you're a big time rappist.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's funny because just a quick preface. Before I even got into rap, I was like a metalhead, and I used to think like all other music was just like trash. And then in college, I started like smoking weed, and wouldn't you know it, I found a taste for hip hop. And I would say my 3 favorite rappers are probably, I guess, just the ones I listen to the most regularly. Probably MF Doom, I guess, number 1. I know that's the most white thing a white person could say, but followed by my other 2 very white suggestions. Big L, number 2. And then number 3 would probably just be anything Wu-Tang in general, like pretty much the whole Wu-Tang. Like I'll listen to anything they have. Even you God shit.
You did say that you started smoking weed, and I will let you know I am wearing a wire.
Oh shit!
No,
Fuck.
Andy.
No,
Oh, she's gone.
he bailed.
I actually don't even smoke anymore.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Stand down. Stand down. All right, we're good. We're good.
Damn, I almost got swatted.
Yeah.
A couple of squares in here. Squaresville, I tells you.
Yeah. I just drink now. It's much more sad.
Yo, Tom, what's a book you believe should be made into a movie? Other than the Bible, of course.
Who wouldn't want that? Why would you need that when there's already the passion?
That's very true.
Honestly, it's tough because a lot of the books I like, I feel like wouldn't make good movies. I guess the book I would say I would be interested in seeing as a movie would be The Stranger. I don't know if you read that, Albert Camus.
No.
It's kind of like, so Albert Camus was like this French sort of like, kind of like borderline nihilistic like writer. Pretty sure he wrote the Sisyphus, the myth of Sisyphus, where guys like rolling the boulder up the hill. So like, it's basically kind of, I always think of it as like a darker version of Catcher in the Rye, because it's just kind of about this weird like dissociated dude who like doesn't seem to give a shit about anything, and like it's hard to remember exactly what happens. I loved the book in high school when I read it, but it's like something weird happens and he like kills somebody, and then it like follows him as he's like sort of like in jail and like kind of going through all this. And I just think it would be interesting to see it as a movie. I highly doubt anybody would ever make it into one, and I don't know if it would be a successful endeavor because it's short. It's not even that long. It's an interesting book. I would recommend reading it, but yeah, I'd see that as a movie if someone made it.
That was called The Stranger?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, The Stranger. Because it's like if Holden Caulfield wasn't a little pussy all the time.
Did they ever make that movie about that cross-dressing Irishman? Didn't you say Sissy Fitz?
That was good. That was you had me going there.
Robbie, these are pretty cool questions.
Thank you.
I'm just like, what? You like music? What are your top 3 favorite comedians?
Comedians is like, it's harder now because now that I've been doing comedy for like 6 years. I mean, doing comedy for 6 years, you know what I mean? Like, I've been trying to do comedy for 6 years. And now that I've tried to get into it and done like shows and like, met people who actually are kind of getting like headway and stuff, it feels different, like thinking about my heroes feels different. But I'd say as far as like the comedy that like I liked the most growing up and that I would always try to emulate would be like probably number 1, Greg Giraldo. Number 2, Louis C.K. Don't get mad at me. I mean, say what you want about him, but I mean...
Yeah, no, you can't deny it.
I gotta be honest, out of all the time Andy's asked that question, he's probably been the most mentioned.
Yeah. I mean...
People, that's the thing, you can't take away. Like, I'll admit, when that shit went down, I lost a little bit of respect for Louis because, I always felt like even though his material was very fucked up, you always got the sense like, but he's still like a good guy. He has like morals. And then when that happened, I was kind of like, oh fuck, like that really sucks. Like it's kind of fucked up. But even so, like he's still hilarious. And I saw him after he got canceled and everything, and he was amazing live. And I'll still listen to his old bits just randomly if I just feel like I need a laugh. So definitely Louis. And then 3, it's hard to say for 3, probably a tie between Patrice O'Neill and Doug Stanhope. And I'd say it's a tie because Doug Stanhope I've actually seen live and he like fucking crushed. It was like amazing. And it was like some shitty like bar in Gainesville, Florida. And he just fucking annihilated. And I always loved him and respected him as a comedian. But after that, like that was the best comedy show I've ever seen, hands down. So I had to consider him a favorite. But Patrice is Patrice. I mean,
Yeah.
You can talk for hours about why he's funny. But yeah, so those are probably my top 3.
Nice.
All right, Tom, the people need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather be a registered sex offender or in prison for the rest of your life? Real quick, thank you so much for listening. If you want to send us some feedback, send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. That's ROYDSREVUE@gmail.com.
You could also find our music on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music by searching The Royds. That's ROYDS. We have 2 albums and a Christmas song. Hope you like it.
Damn, there really is a huge amount of contrast between these questions.
Yeah.
So favorite comedians, favorite rappers and stuff. Would you rather be a sex offender or dead?
Honestly, dead.
Yeah.
But the question is, would you rather be a registered sex offender or in prison for the rest of your life?
Well, so you're in prison, but you're not a registered sex offender.
Correct. It could be a 3 strikes thing. It does not matter what you're in prison for.
Okay, so you could be in prison to something unrelated to any of that.
They arrest baseball players?
Or you walk and freeze a sex offender.
Real quick, they of course arrest baseball players. Look up Chad Curtis.
Chad Curtis?
The joke was he's a registered sex offender now who is also a World Series hero in 1999.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I don't know enough about baseball to get that joke.
You want to know how bad this guy was? He was famous and still did 7 years in prison.
Wow.
Wow. Damn. That is long for a celebrity.
Yeah.
That's bad. He did a bad thing.
Considering Harvey Weinstein did like what? Not Harvey Weinstein. Bill Cosby did like 3 months or something.
Yeah.
Got out on a technicality or some bullshit. Honestly, I don't see why. Like, if I was whoever works in the court and found that out, was like, oh shit, there's like a technicality. Like, technically, we can't keep it. I'd be like, yeah, but like,
who fucking cares?
Just ignore this. Like, just ignore that. Like, who gives a shit? You know?
It's absolutely nuts that. That's the law. It's like, yeah, but the technicality was basically like if Cosby had admitted to it like on something else years earlier, then he won't be able to be tried for it. And that was the technicality. And there was like, no, you know what? I don't care. Lock him up.
Yeah, like fuck that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was bullshit. I was so shocked when that happened. But anyway, back to the question. I'd probably rather be I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'd probably rather be in jail for the rest of my life because, I mean, just being like a registered sex offender, it's like you can't even really fit into the world anymore. You know, it's like you might as well still be in prison. You know, people like look at you like a fucking, you know, who would want that?
If you're a registered sex offender, you could marry Nicki Minaj.
Oh,
did she marry a registered
yeah, her
sex
husband.
offender?
I think they're now divorced, or they're separated. But when they got married, he was a registered sex offender. She was well aware of it.
Yeah, I did hear about that. That's right. Fucking, you could fucking be associated with Drake in any way.
Exactly.
Yeah, in any way, shape, or form. Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, I'd probably pick the jail for life because, you know, at least you're like in jail, like, you know, whatever, like people won't think of you that way when you're dead.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And you get 3 square meals.
Yeah, exactly. And
You get to eat 3 squares.
3 square meals, Andy. That just means sandwiches.
Yeah.
They get
By the
3
end of the day, you're
sandwiches
like,
a day.
Man, I'm bloated. All this bread.
It's interesting to me how divided that is. Like, I don't have the numbers, but I feel like out of everyone I've asked, it's pretty down the middle on who'd rather be.
It is.
Yeah. Who'd
Well,
rather be a
it's
sex offender,
tough
who'd rather be
because
in prison for life.
I don't think people really think about like what it would actually be like to be in prison for the rest of your life. Like, you know, it's just saying it out loud doesn't do it justice. Like how it would feel. It's probably horrifying. I mean, but like at the same time, like just actually being like, here's one caveat: are you a guilty registered sex offender?
I don't think it matters.
You don't think it matters?
No, like
if you're not actually guilty, but somehow you got hit with the charge or something, like that would change it. That would change my view. In that case, I might rather
because
you know,
sometimes what I think about is maybe it's one of those registered sex offender deals where you got caught in a sting. So maybe you never actually went to prison, but you're still a sex offender for the rest of your life.
Okay, yeah. So that's something like that. I think I'd still probably rather, you know. Probably rather.
Either way, it's a life sentence.
Now. Yeah, I say this now. It's like as I'm, you know, I'm like I'd take the jail, man. You know,
but also nobody will believe you. Like, even if you didn't do it and you go, but I didn't do it. Like people, all right,
fair, yeah, fair enough. I mean, you know, I don't know if you guys actually sent cops in here and put a gun to my head and said I had to choose. I don't know what I would do, but like sitting here right now, I'd say probably rather the jail, you know, life in prison as not a registered sex offender, as guilty of some other cool badass crime.
Oh, I didn't say it was a badass crime.
Oh, fuck.
Like I said, it could have been like, maybe you did something real scuzzy still. It could have been a scuzzy money thing.
True, yeah, it could be like embezzlement, I guess.
Oh, he's been stealing money from old people.
Fair enough.
And he got caught doing it 3 times because he just couldn't stop.
Yeah, I mean, even in that case, I think I'd rather be the guy who scams old people.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. It's like, because then you could at least say, like, I was scamming rich old people. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, it's like, is anyone really gonna be dead in a week? Who
Yeah,
cares?
they have money to go around.
It probably didn't even really hurt them financially. Their kids are
Yeah.
gonna take all of it anyway. Yeah, but okay, so that was a very interesting question.
Andy,
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
What year did this movie come out?
You know, I'm thrilled that you asked because it's the year of our Megazord, 1939.
Jeez. Cheese and crackers.
This is the oldest movie we've done.
Yes, it just surpasses It's a Wonderful Life by 7 years. So not just, but
Yeah. Wow.
this is
Damn.
definitely the oldest movie we've done.
Wow. Wizard of Oz, man.
This
Well-
movie's old enough to be president.
Nice.
Political humor, everyone. Edgy.
I'm gonna start at number 3, which is Gone with the Wind.
That's gonna
Oh
be
my
a short
God.
list, brother.
I'd say
Yeah, well,
that-
there's really not a lot. Also, this says the total gross of all movies this year
And what was it?
$26 million.
Fuck.
Oh
Isn't that
wow.
crazy?
That's how
Compared
much it
to now,
cost to
that's
go to
like-
the movies that year?
Huh?
That's how much it cost to go to the movies that year?
Yeah, man.
Oh my
The
god.
depression hit hard.
Wow.
Yeah, number 3, Gone with the Wind, with $2.4 million.
Gonorrhea with the wind. I swear, honey, I got it from a strong wind.
Number 2 is Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
Oh my god, that movie.
Yeah, classic. I
I
guess.
want to make a school for all those little boys.
I've never seen it. I only know the Simpsons version of it. Mr.
Oh,
Lisa
see.
goes to Washington. So
That's right. Yeah, I've never seen
Yeah.
the Simpsons episode, but I've seen the movie. The movie's good. It's like
Really?
one,
I've never even
one of
heard
those
of it.
Jimmy Stewart movies, you know,
Oh, okay.
where he just gets really sweaty and emotional.
Yeah. That made $9 million.
Oh damn.
And The Wizard of Oz is number 1, which made $12 million.
Damn,
I feel like this was like the Avatar of the 30s, you know?
it's crazy
Yes.
to think about. Like now, if a movie made $12 million and it was produced by a big studio, that would be such a bomb. Like
Yeah.
12 million, when the
Yeah.
movie cost like 150 million just to make.
Right. Well, I mean, this was like a spectacle. This was like the first Technicolor
Yeah.
deal. And, I mean, the colors still fucking pop in this movie.
This
Oh, yeah.
movie looks incredible.
It really
It's-
does.
Yeah, it's beautiful. When I was watching it, I always remember the scene with the horse of a different color, you know, where
Yeah.
they're like
Mhm.
in the city and they're behind that horse. And when I first watched it again, I was like, wait, did they actually paint that whole thing? And then it changes colors every other shot. I'm like, oh, fuck,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah. And I remember, I mean, when I was watching this on this go around, I was like, how many horses did they kill? You know, because that paint was definitely just like lead based. They just
Yeah.
dunking a horse into it.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm
And
sure.
they're
I
like,
mean,
start rolling now. This horse is on its way out.
The minute the horse starts coughing.
Yeah.
as soon as they cut the camera, the horse just starts shitting and like coughing.
Real quick, adjusted for inflation, $12 million? $272 million.
Okay, so
Okay.
that'd be a pretty good pull for a movie if it didn't have a huge budget.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good. Yeah, so that was a big movie back then. I mean, that was like the first time. The way they revealed it too, like, you know, everybody was just like, "Holy shit!" Like,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this movie got lucky that it came out as good as it was because the production issues on this movie were incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
They went through something like 5 directors.
wow,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Holy
Yeah,
shit!
they went through 5 directors. They had to replace not only the man who played the Tin Man that everybody knows, but they had to replace the Wicked Witch of the West at one point.
Oh,
Yeah, because
did
she
they
got
really?
burned.
Well,
oh, right.
also they had a woman who the studio felt was too pretty.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But yeah, the other one, and then one of them got burnt when they did the trick of her disappearing into the fog.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
a lot of. They actually killed it. They dropped a house on a woman.
Yeah, that was. That one could have been foreseen, though. I don't think.
Look,
considering it was one of the director's ex-wives, I think it was on purpose.
Yeah,
it's
probably.
called method acting.
Ow! Damn, I always get that mixed up.
You gotta get into it if you want to be the character.
Yeah.
You gotta actually roll your legs up by your shins.
Oh my
Sweetie, I don't
gosh.
know about this. Just get under the house.
Come on, baby, put on those knee stockings. Yeah. All right, drop the house on her.
Yeah. What?
It's fine. You're beautiful. I'll get you dinner later. Let's go, boys. Oh my god. I mean, is it true? Because there was always that rumor about like one of the actors who played the Munchkins like hung himself on the set or something, and you could see him in the background. Is that just hearsay, or is that?
Yeah,
truth?
that's bullshit.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I figured that was a myth because it's one of those things you always hear, and you're like,
Yeah,
"There's
yeah.
no way." And you watch the movie, and you like look for it. You're like, "Where's the guy?"
Well,
But-
I'm pretty sure it's in like the forest, like one of the forests, and like it's this thing that moves, and it's a fucking bird. You could see
Yeah.
it.
It's a
Oh,
Very
bird.
clearly a
Yeah.
bird.
Because they let just birds loose on the set to give the
Yeah.
idea of like it being like a wild and crazy place.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so that's all it was. And they've edited it out so people stop looking for it.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Because I
'Cause,
watched
like-
it on YouTube and I didn't see anything that even closely resembled it. I looked.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's not there anymore.
Yeah. Oh, well.
These opening credits are so funny because it lists all the actors, and at the end it just says "and the Munchkins."
Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna list out all those midgets' names.
Yeah. They're not, the Munchkins aren't real, guys. Those
Yeah.
are actors.
That's crazy. Oh my god, I didn't even pick up on that. Fuck.
The only time you can do that is with "and the Muppets."
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's very old school also to have this message to people at the start of the movie. It's like, hey, thanks for coming out, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for seeing this movie. We appreciate it.
When I saw it, it was like this story's been around for 40 years, and it's like it wasn't even that old at the time. It's like, why are
Yeah.
we making this like a whole thing?
Well, it's got like a very because it's early Hollywood, so it's like it's very much like a stage play.
Right, yeah.
You know, like
Oh, yeah.
it's got like you see the sets, and like we said, they're incredible sets, but like it's also clearly a set.
Yeah.
And like they're reusing actors, and like it's for a purpose, but that's such a stage play type thing,
That's
Yeah,
true.
sure.
But I don't know. Like you said, there's a purpose to the actors being reused.
Yeah, but it's
Like-
it being a musical and all. It's very like because back then movies weren't quite movies yet. It was still just like, oh, we're filming a play essentially.
People
You
were
know?
still confused by the talking.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because at the time you got to think how old was like actual like sound in movies at that point. Like, was it even 10 years old? Like having sound in movies by then? Like, I don't know when they first started widely releasing like movies with sound. I think it was the late 20s.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Either way,
thinking,
it was
but-
new. People were, for basically 10 years, people were just watching silent films.
Right.
And now it was like, how do we do this where it's like with the sound? And it's like, why don't we just pretend it's like you said, like let's just pretend it's a play, make a set and everyone just do what you would do if you were on stage.
Right.
And that's why the acting is very hammy back then. It's not that the people
Yeah.
weren't capable of acting well. It's just that's the way they thought they were supposed
Right.
to act back then.
You
They
gotta
have
act
to
to the people in
emote.
the back.
Right.
Yeah.
The first full-length feature film with sound was The Jazz Singer in 1927.
Okay.
Wow.
So yeah, late 20s.
Yeah.
So
What's interesting, it looks like the first movie, and this is Google's AI overview, which means it's wrong. The first movie with sound was the Dixon, more like Penis Daughter, experimental sound film, which was recorded in 1894 or 1895.
Wow.
Damn.
But yeah, the first filmed with dialogue was The Jazz Singer. Future episode.
I certainly hope not.
I don't know, it might be fire.
Yeah,
Jazz
It
singer,
could
you
be.
never know.
It could be.
It's gas.
Yeah.
Shotgun some beers and watch The Jazz Singer with the boys.
dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, that sounds like a wonderful night.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
You tempted me with a good time now.
That's fucking Saturday night right there, bros.
I'm just thinking about views, you know, or listens.
That's a good point too.
Oh, they're doing the Jazz Singer, huh?
Oh, is that Adam Sandler movie? Oh no, it's not. No.
It's like, no, it's just Rob Schneider. It's like, oh, well, fuck.
Yeah, fuck that. Patooey.
We open up with Dorothy and Toto. They're running away from this woman who apparently was trying to hurt Toto. What we learn later on is that this woman's totally fair to be upset. Because this dog is just going into her garden, chasing around her cat. And while, like, I'm not saying you put the dog down, she's absolutely right to be like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, you think about it, just like Dorothy's walking this dog around with no leash. And I guess maybe that was less common back then in an area like that, but still, it's like, it's your fault that she's getting pissed off. Like,
Yeah.
Huck was right. She's like, Huck told her, he's like, if you stopped walking by there with the dog, you wouldn't get in trouble. And she's like, you don't listen. It's like, no, you don't listen.
Yeah. I found that the message in this movie is not really as clear as it was to me when I was a kid. Because of like semantics like that. It's like, yeah, but like, Dorothy, shut up.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
you're being
right.
annoying. But like, you know, when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, that's a mean old lady. You know?
Well, you got the way they show her when she first like comes on screen riding her bike, like they just make her out to look so cunty. Like there's just the way she's riding and she's like, and like the music, and she's just like upright like this. It's like, wow, this is a bitch.
Yeah, there's no seat on that bike, so she's like, ouch. There's a bumpy road.
She's like, ouch. Ooh.
Yeah.
Every couple
this
of
wasn't
bumps, she's
intentional. I lost the seat, but
yeah, happy accident. What does Mrs. Gulch have against the band Toto, Robbie?
I don't get it. I think it's
classics.
It all starts from that guy's dad. She just hated John Williams scores.
Damn.
That's a fun fact for our listeners. This lead singer of Toto was John Williams' son, or is John Williams' son. They're both still alive, and he's still his son.
Oh wow,
that's
crazy. Well, did not know
Well,
that.
hold the line.
Love isn't always on time, Robbie.
It's not. It's late
Dude,
right now, actually.
The musicianship in the band Toto is fucking otherworldly.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Toto's really good.
I'm not familiar. What kind of music?
It's like 70s rock, you know, 70s radio rock.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Very inoffensive radio rock, like similar to like not similar style, but similar like you'd hear it on a similar station like the Doobie Brothers and shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I see.
Kind of yacht rock, but not really. Yeah.
All right.
Think like like 38 Special.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Not familiar with that either. I'm not big on like modern rock at all, honestly. Like I haven't really kept up on it. The only band I know of that I guess is modern rock is like Greta Van Fleet, and I don't really like them.
Oh, none of these bands we've mentioned are modern.
Yeah, these are 70s.
Oh, those are old.
70s,
Okay,
yeah.
I thought they see. This shows how much.
But it's
I know.
like it's 70s like radio rock, which is I
Okay.
find less like these days. It's like less common to hear about them because you know most of them they have like 2 hits, and then
True.
like who gives a shit, you know? Where like bands like Sabbath fucking carved a path, and now everybody knows Sabbath, you know?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. There's a lot of bands from back then that were probably relatively popular at the time, but people just don't remember like that. Like there's this one prog band called Camel. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
I have heard of them, yeah.
Kind of like a weird sort of Yes type prog band, but different. And they're, they have their own thing going. But I mean, I don't know how popular they were at the time, but it's pretty good music. But nobody thinks of them as, as they do with like Yes, or
Right.
King Crimson or something.
Yeah.
So there are definitely those bands, but I'll have to check out Toto. I've never heard.
Yeah, it's good, easy listening. It's good.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you guys know the lead singer from 38 Special was the brother from the guys in Lynyrd Skynyrd?
Yeah. Something Van Zant, right?
Well, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't he sing in actual Lynyrd Skynyrd
Yeah,
now?
now he does.
I think he does now, yeah.
Yeah.
But 38 Special was like Hold On Loosely and shit like that. It's good.
Yeah. Hold on to this loose leaf paper.
Yep. Dorothy talks to these 3 farm workers. One of them talks about having a brain. One of them talks about having courage. And I'm wondering, geez, are these guys going to be important or something? Then, much like me, after a few drinks, Dorothy falls into a pig pen.
I want to mention something in the pig pen scene that I just thought was really interesting. Like, I forgot which guy that was talking to her right before she fell in. But it's like, he's like, the next time you see Mrs. Gulch, just walk right up to her and spit in her eye. Like, that's what I was
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's a perfect way to solve this issue. Why not add felony assault to the list?
Yeah.
It's like,
And apparently she like owns the town and shit.
Yeah.
yeah, she's like a
But,
rich
like,
woman. Why would you
yeah.
even suggest that? Like,
Also, if she's so rich, why is she riding a bike?
that's a good
And
question.
it's 1939.
Yeah, they got
People
cars.
had cars. Yeah, they were
Especially when they're rich.
You're not driving your car to the person down the street just to yell at them for their dog.
Okay.
Like,
I'm just saying, if you want to portray rich, you put her in a limo, you know?
yeah, but also that wouldn't have looked as good in the tornado.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't have like a shot of like the lady like driving a car and like
Yeah.
it doesn't make the same.
Smashes
Yeah.
right into the house. She's like, oh, fuck!
Damn. This movie's dark.
No, she's
Well-
been drinking.
Yeah.
It's at this point, like when she falls into the pig pen, where I have the note, Dorothy's kind of a handful, huh? Like, she just rushes in. She's like, oh dear, and like nonstop. And they're like, Dorothy, we're fucking busy. We're busy. Like, can you fuck off somewhere? And then she goes to fuck off, and she gets in the way of these workers, the farm hands, and they're all like, Dorothy, you're just creating more problems for us. Like,
I get what you're saying, but she's a distraught teenage girl. She thinks her dog's about to be taken away from her.
so apparently she's not even supposed to be a teenager in this.
I
She's
was
supposed to be
gonna ask, yeah,
like
how old?
9.
That's what I always thought because she
But they
acts like a
can't-
little kid, but
They
she looks so
cast
much
a
older.
16-year-old.
What the fuck?
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
it's
I didn't
weird.
know that.
Yeah,
is
isn't that a strange choice?
That is a strange choice.
Because she looks at the camera all the time with this like this
Yeah.
little like toddler,
I mean,
like just confused little kid.
She's playing that part very well.
Yeah, I would say
It's
so.
just she looks like a fucking teenager. So like, it's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of like knowing that, because when you watch the movie and you don't think about that, it doesn't really occur to you like, oh, this girl's acting a little immature for
Right.
her age or apparent age. And yeah, I mean, she's definitely, because it's like she's just walking around bothering all these guys while they're trying to like do work on the farm. She's like, the
Yeah.
mean lady wants to take my dog, and it's like you've literally been just carrying bales of hay for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
You haven't had a drink since the morning, and you're just like, Dorothy, would you fuck off in 5 minutes?
For the love of God. But like,
I lost my family when the market crashed, and
Yeah.
now I'm sitting here baling hay for you. Shut
I
the
lost
fuck
my-
up.
I lost my first baby in the Dust Bowl, you
Yeah.
bitch.
but like, yeah, maybe she has a growth spurt because she's just like chugging milk all day and like helping on the farm occasionally. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe she's got that like extra quad strength from
Yeah.
whatever. Maybe that adds some height. I don't know.
After she falls into the pigs and she's helped out, all the farm hands come over to see if she's okay. And her aunt comes over, is like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, shit, get back to work.
And not one of them stops, like, oh, we tried to help. She's like, shut up. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, they're like, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Like-
I feel like in that moment, because there was a scene where like a guy was about to explain it. He's like, well, you see what happened? She's like, shut the fuck up, you.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, Jesus. He's like,
Jesus, it's 1939. I've never heard such abusive language in my life.
That's what I heard when I watched it.
Yeah. Well, they're like at this after they pull her out of the pig pen. I like how the guy who plays the lion later, he's the one who pulls her out, and
Yeah.
he gets out of there real quick, and he's like, he shit his pants. He's so scared. I like that. That's cool. But also, there's a big like oneer with the camera after that. It's like, it's pretty impressive, especially for the time. Like, the camera follows them as they move, which is like rare for the time, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, I was impressed. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So it was like a big, like 3 or 4 minute like chunk of time where it's just people talking, and I was like, wow, no cuts. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty. I'm a sucker for a good like long take.
Yeah.
I love a good long take, even though like at this point like everybody does it. I'm always like, that was dope. Like,
So I know we're getting off track a lot, but the show, I forget what it's called, but it's like the Menendez Brothers show on Netflix.
I ain't
Oh,
watching
yeah.
that.
Fucking what's his name did it? Ryan Murphy.
right? I forgot. What
And
his
like,
name was,
I'm
yeah.
not a huge Ryan Murphy guy. I find like, I don't know, there's just something about it. I'm like, eh. But there's one episode of this show that the entire 45-minute episode is one take. There, like, the camera does not cut at all, and it's just this guy talking to the lawyer. And like, I was watching it and I was like, I'm not a huge fan of this show, but goddamn, is that the most impressive thing I've ever seen in my life? But both from the actors and from the director. Like, how do you fucking pull that off? That's incredible.
Yeah, that's nuts, man. I almost want to watch that now. I'm not
Yeah,
familiar
I mean,
with it at all, but yeah,
Just
That's
for that
crazy.
episode, it was very impressive.
that's fucking nuts. I don't even know. I mean, I guess you'd think of like people who do act in plays, like that's basically what they're doing.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
it's like it's so much less common now, and to see it in a movie
Yeah.
like that's crazy.
I just think, like, imagine being like 35 minutes into that and you flub a line, like, fucking son of an ass.
I wonder how many takes they had to do.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you guys saw that movie 1917, but it was kind of
Yeah,
like that,
yeah,
but
that's
not
cool.
really. Like the whole first half feels like it's one long take, and then they go through like a transitional shot where you're like, all right, there's the edit. I guess this is a new take
Yeah.
now. But
I know there's a lot of like hidden takes, but this is like nobody's moving. So like it's people sitting, so there's no way to hide a cut. It was
Right.
incredible.
yeah, I gotta check that out. That sounds
Yeah.
insane.
But Over the Rainbow is a fucking stone cold banger.
Oh, my god,
it's so good.
gas, straight gas.
There ain't nothing better.
There are certain songs that are totally undeniable, and this is one of those things that undeniable.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was watching and she started singing it, I was like, wait, I'm getting like emotional right now. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she's got like her, what is it, timbre is like mature. It like sounds like a grown ass woman. It's like
from the
it's
smoking.
probably,
Yeah.
but it's beauteous, absolutely beauteous.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
And there is excellent dog acting in this as well.
That's true, Toto.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking that dog is like, I can only imagine was he good or was he like impossible? Like I can only imagine what they had to go through.
They look at each other on cue. He gives paw
Yeah.
at one point. What a good boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hold the
Dog.
line, you know.
I think this and the Wicked Witch music, excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything else, I could give or take.
Um.
I think some of it is annoying, outright annoying. I'll get to them.
Yeah, we'll get to it. There's some. I don't think it ever gets as strong as fucking Somewhere Over the
No.
Rainbow. You can't beat that. That's crazy.
No,
But
definitely.
there are some musical moments where I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then there are some where I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, primarily the Munchkin songs for me. Like, I remember them from childhood, and even back then, I was like, "Oh my god, these fucking
Yeah.
songs are annoying." Like,
Yeah.
A mean old lady comes over. The guy who welcomes her onto the property is like a wise ass. And apparently these people have money too. Because they have a whole bunch of farmhands. They have some guy welcoming her in.
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't seem like they're poor or anything, and they seem perfectly well off.
Yeah.
No.
Dorothy's aunt and uncle do their best to defend Toto, but apparently Toto also bit this woman. And she also has an order from the sheriff. That's fucking wild.
Yeah, I thought that was insane.
I like how they're like, well, we can't deny the law.
Well, no, you know what? The sheriff can bring this to me.
Right. Like, who are you?
Like, you don't show up here with this. Like, a sheriff's not going to send you with a warrant to search my house.
I just think the delivery of like somebody's coming to your house and they're like, you're going to give me your dog so I could kill it. And here's an order from the law. And at the end's just like, well, we can't deny the law. It's like, dude, that's your dog. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then this lady just takes the dog and puts it in a basket and rides it by. Yeah. Oh wow! I can't believe he got out.
Yeah. What are you, stupid?
Yeah. I mean, that whole scene is just so weird because it's like, how did? With that, is that even believable for the time? Like a sheriff signing an executive order, like, okay, yeah, you can take this person's pet and kill it. Kill it yourself. You can shoot it in the mouth.
Fucking break its neck, dude.
I believe a sheriff would sign that at that time, but I believe the sheriff would also say, take officer such and such. He has to go down with you to tell this family.
Here, take my gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're right, though. It's like, how does she have the authority to just pull that shit out by herself?
Well, she owns the town, they say, so...
I guess so.
Yeah.
Like, whatever that means, it's just this vague, like, sort of position of power. Like,
she's Judge Dredd. She's like, I am the law.
They always used to say that in old-timey movies, though. To any rich person, they own half the town. Okay.
Yeah.
Those make your life difficult.
It was like, it's hard to tell sometimes if it was taken colloquially or, like, literally.
Yeah.
You think of, like, something like It's a Wonderful Life, and there was probably more literally.
Potter literally owned the town.
Yeah, he literally owned the town.
Yeah. Mean old Mr. Potter.
Especially in the fantasy sequence when it was like Potterville or whatever.
Yeah, Pottersville. I always thought, just quick aside about that scene. I remember watching that again as an adult where he's like running through the city street and seeing how it's like, oh, there's like bars everywhere and it's like sleazy and there's like a whorehouse and stuff. I'm watching as an adult. I'm like, this looks like a dope town. Like this.
I said the same thing. I was like, Potterville looks lit. Like,
Potterville a lot cooler.
Crashed in Pottersville.
Yeah.
Let's go. We got a nudie bar here. So what?
Right? Like, dude, this place is like New Orleans. This is fire.
Dorothy and Toto go to run away. She runs into this carny, Professor Marvel, and they're talking. I like that this guy is a carny, and he uses his carny tricks to get this little girl running away from home to go back home.
Yeah, really wholesome stuff.
Yeah, because at first you're like, what are this guy's intentions? Like, you know, like he almost seemed a little creepy at first.
Right.
And like at the least, is he gonna swindle her out of some money or whatever? But he's just like, no, you got to go back home, and that's good stuff. Also, he's just roasting some glizzies outside his cart.
Yeah, and he doesn't even mind when the doggy takes a bite. He's like, that's cool.
Yeah,
I got plenty of glizzies.
I got a couple in my ass.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's funny how he culturally appropriates like Egyptian or like gypsies in that scene.
He puts on a turban.
Yeah, he's just like, all right.
That's the 30s, baby. That's the 30s through about 15 years ago, baby.
But like, if you think about it, she goes in there and he's like, close your eyes. So like now you're in a wagon with a strange man and your eyes are closed.
And then Elliot Stabler busts in.
Yeah, could have went terribly wrong, but he's a nice wholesome fella.
Yeah,
yep.
I really enjoyed that.
Same.
Yeah, it was sweet. Good-natured soul. And at that point, you watch that scene, you're like, all right, well, I guess we're done. The movie's good. We're done.
Yeah, all right.
All that credits. Like, she ran away. This guy told her to go home. She listened. She loves her family, and we're good.
Well, that's it.
Yep.
She really learns the lesson here.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's already pretty much established. She's like, no, I care about my family. I care about my home. I got to go back. Like, all right, then we're good. We don't need to go on a journey.
The journey is essentially just this stretched out, because like he even plays the wizard. Like, it's the same guy.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is just, we've been here.
which is weird because they make him look like a bad guy later. It's like, no, he was a good guy.
Yeah, he also plays like everybody you see in Oz.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah.
He also plays kind of like a dumbass because of the scene with the balloon. I mean, I know we'll get to that, but
Yeah.
As Dorothy's on her way home, a tornado starts coming through. I really like the delivery of one of the guys. It's a twister! It's a twister!
yeah.
The tornado used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid.
It looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah, same.
It does. It looks great.
Yeah.
It still looks good. I was even now I was watching. I was like, damn, like I can imagine just it being a person in the 30s and watching that and being like, holy shit, this movie's intense. Like,
Yeah.
for the
Standing up,
time,
it's heading right for us!
yeah, like, the whole house is like shaking. It's like, oh fuck, all right, this is some
Yeah.
shit. But because while I was watching, I was like, I couldn't remember when she fell asleep. I'm like, when does she fall asleep again? Like, is she asleep already? Is it trying to like trick me into not really? And then she gets knocked out. I was like, oh yeah, right.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
a full window pops her in the head.
Yeah, it's like she just gets knocked out cold. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they're all panicking. Her aunt's like, where's Dorothy? And they all run into the shelter, including all the men going, fuck her. Let's just go into
Yeah.
the shelter,
Oh, she's
brother.
dead. Yeah.
It's true. They didn't even like look around for her.
So I have a question. Does Dorothy not know that there's a storm shelter? Because she gets home and runs around the entire empty house first.
I mean,
That's a
she
good
finds
question.
it eventually, but you're right. She does kind of just like run everywhere. It's like, why would you even think they'd be anywhere outside?
My first thought would be, I think they're in the storm shelter because there's a tornado coming.
Yeah, because this is a storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is weird. I guess they just, I don't know, maybe because she's supposed to be 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
A
sense.
9-year-old might make that mistake.
I like how the entire house just gets lifted off the ground and just starts
Yes.
spinning. Like that's very funny.
I also think the miniature work here looks incredible.
It really does.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I like the stuff she kind of just gets like a picture show. She's just like sitting on the bed as her house is suspended, and she just sees like, oh, there's what's her name? Oh, now she's a witch. Oh, a cow. Oh, it's just like a picture show. Like,
There's dudes in a canoe at one point. They're like,
yeah,
Yeah, it's like I was confused. Is like, is she supposed to be? Are those like real people she's supposed to be seeing, or are those like?
if they are, they're dead.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
was thinking.
yeah.
Like maybe there's
It's-
fucking ghosts or something. Like,
seems like she's tripping sack. Is
yeah,
what it seems like.
the shrooms hit hard. She took like 5 grams to the face.
Yeah,
When the house lands, Dorothy just lets out a little, oh, like she just
Yeah.
like missed a step or something.
yeah,
Yeah, like, I would be like, what the fuck? What
yeah,
the,
yeah.
where the fuck am
I'd
I?
be crying, pissing, and shitting.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She opens the door. She sees this incredibly colorful world. If it was me, my first thought would be, oh my god, I got into heaven.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm dead.
I don't even know what I would
Well-
think. I would just be very confused. I'd be like, how did I wind up in fucking Neverland?
So when she opens the door and you see the color, what they did, I learned this from Corridor Crew on YouTube. They like break down VFX and stuff. Apparently, it was a Dorothy double that was painted sepia, and so was the whole inside of the house. So when she opens the door, because they couldn't like color the film like that, they had to
Yeah.
film it in color. So the double was painted sepia. She opens the door into the color world, and then the real Dorothy walks out in color. Like, holy shit, that's incredible that they
Oh,
had
wow.
that somebody thought of that.
Yeah.
You know, back then. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's like, gee, it's just crazy how when you watch this, you realize how influential this movie really was.
Yeah.
Like that scene where she opens the door and it's just like the color just like pierces in. Like,
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
sudden. It's just like, oh, fuck. And like at that time, I can only imagine like just being like, what? Like,
Yeah.
damn, that's
People were probably
crazy.
crying, pissing, and shitting, like I
Oh,
said.
yeah. Yep.
Oh, no doubt.
But like, I think that might be my favorite shot in the movie is like when she opens that door. Because it's such, like you said, the contrast and everything. It's like, and it's beautiful. It's just like,
Yeah.
holy shit, that's movies, baby.
Yeah, it really is one of those moments in like film history where you're just like, that's exactly how it's done. That's how you fucking do it. That's how you show something. That's how you do exposition. Like how you open a door into a new world right there. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Brilliant scene. Then we get to the Munchkins.
Yeah, then the worst part of the movie happens.
First, we get the iconic, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. And she also says, we must be over the rainbow, which is a thing she just created. So she's now just manifesting worlds.
Yeah. She's a god.
Yeah.
It's funny how that was her first thought and not like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this? Where am I? Like, she's like, oh, we must be in this place, I imagined, like, an hour ago.
She's just going with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's pretty calm, cool, and collected, all things considered.
Yeah.
Keeping a positive attitude, that's for sure.
We meet Glinda, the Witch of the North, and she tells Dorothy, you killed the Wicked Witch of the East. And she's like, oh, fuck. What have I done?
And she's like, you're going to jail for murder.
You're coming with me.
You're going away for a long time.
So all the locals, they hated this bitch so much that they had an 8-minute musical number just planned and waiting for when she died, complete with choreography. It's insane.
It's a level of hating that even Kendrick would aspire to.
Yeah.
While this song is annoying, I couldn't help but laugh when the fucking Munchkins medical examiner showed up with the death certificate.
He had it ready. He had that shit ready.
That's pretty good.
They even sing a line. He's like, I inspected the corpse and she's dead as fuck.
Yeah. Like, just to make sure. But what's funny is he didn't inspect anything because she's still under that house.
Yeah, I think he just looked and he was like, you can't be alive. You just can't be alive. There's a house on top of you.
I'm not feeling her pulse. Look, she's underneath the house.
Did you check for a pulse? Did I have to check her pulse?
Yes. She's just feet. Under that, she's a red puddle.
She's just feet.
Uh-oh, Robbie. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Keep him away from the feet.
Keep him away from the dead witch.
One of the Munchkins is just like, looks like Tarantino. He's like, let me see for a second.
The good witch is like purely here for exposition. Like she doesn't do anything other than be like, oh, you got to do this. Oh, and you got to do this. And in order to do that, you have to do this. It's like, all right, who are you?
She makes me think of like a non-playable character in a video game that like reads you like read the instructions as she like speaks them to you, and then it just switches to gameplay mode and you just walk on.
Yeah, and she fucks off forever. Yeah.
One thing about that scene I have to say, like, so I know they say in Wicked, in Wicked, isn't the good witch like evil in the play Wicked?
She's not evil, but she's like a meanie.
Okay, she's kind of a bitch. All right.
Yeah.
So,
she's the blue meanie.
She's the blue meanie. But I can see that though, because in that scene where she's like, so the Wicked Witch of the East is dead, and they're like, fuck yeah, and they celebrate for 8 minutes straight with a song, and then the Wicked Witch of the West just shows up, and Dorothy's like, what the fuck, man? And she's like, oh, that's the other Wicked Witch. I guess I should have told you about that one before you celebrated for 8 minutes straight with a perfectly choreographed song. But you didn't really have much to be happy about in that moment. I really should have broke the news then.
But did the Munchkins not know about her?
Yeah, like, are they just not aware that there's a Wicked Witch of the West?
Yeah, I don't know. But also, when she shows up, she's like, "Oh, I'm the good witch," and then Dorothy's like, "But witches are ugly," and she goes, "No, only bad witches are ugly."
Yeah.
She's like, Dorothy, only trans witches are ugly.
No.
Kidding. Sorry.
And even Dorothy's like, "Whoa."
Dorothy's like, hey, what year is it? It's 1939.
Dorothy's like, I wore blackface last year, and I think that's bad.
It was for a school play, but I didn't exactly say no.
Well, Glinda seems to be able to get them out of any predicament, but just picks her spots.
Yeah, she doesn't really help.
she's like, here's what you got to do. And like, you could get there with a bubble, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you help me out? She's like, nah, just follow the bricks, you idiot. Like, all right.
Walk alone through this completely uncharted land to you with dangers that could take your life. You're 9, you'll be fine.
It's the inspiration for Pokemon.
Right.
Yeah, you'll survive as long as you got these balls, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is roughly, the Munchkins here is another thing where my mom used to quote all the time with the you'll be hissed, you'll be hissed, you'll be history whenever I was getting in trouble. And I was like, I don't know if now's the time to quote the Munchkins, Mom, but...
Yeah.
You're mad at me because I drove home drunk, Mom.
But she's like, they're like, you got to get to Oz, or you got to go see the wizard. And she's like, how do I get there? Like, and then like they all sing "Follow the Yellow Brick Road." But like after the third one, like she's walking down the Yellow Brick Road, and they're like, somebody steps out in front of her, like, follow the Yellow Brick Road. I'd be like, I'm doing it. You don't fucking see me doing it?
It's like, okay, I'm following.
What am I walking on? What am I walking on right now?
You got eyes?
Follow the what you say, the Yellow Brick Road? I got it.
Yeah.
She punts one of the Munchkins. She starts singing Randy Newman's "Short People" as she's marching down the Yellow Brick Road.
She just back elbows one, like, right in the temple. Like, because it's like, oh my God, they're so annoying. I mean, there's a charm to those scenes because everyone remembers the Munchkin scene. You know, I always remember when I was like 5, I used to sing "The Witch is Dead" like for fun. You know, like, like, ding dong, the witch is dead. You know, and it's you see why people remember that part, but it's so annoying.
I mean, it is.
It's the voices.
Yeah, and the song is just far too long.
And also when the Good Witch starts singing, and this is a thing in a lot of 30s musicals, there's so much vibrato. She's like,
yeah.
And I'm like, this sounds terrible.
Bitch is hitting the whammy part. Yeah, it's so true. A lot of those like old musicals had that style of singing, and it's, I don't know, whatever. At the time, it was in style. Now it's just like, please stop singing like that.
Yeah. Which makes Over the Rainbow so great because she doesn't sing like that.
Yeah.
I think she's by far the best singer in this movie.
Easy.
Oh yeah. 100%.
The ruby slippers that were on the Dead Witch suddenly appear on Dorothy. And we see the Wicked Witch of the West, and she's ready to fuck shit up. She's crushing it. I think she's so good.
Yes, she's excellent.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
She makes the movie, in my opinion. I was terrified of the Wicked Witch as a little kid. I would have nightmares about the Wicked Witch.
Great villain. Great stuff. Just scary as hell.
Quintessential.
Yeah.
I mean, the design is also incredible.
Yes.
Yeah, it was ahead of its time because I don't really know what people thought of as a witch before that movie. My mental image of a witch has always been the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah, big
as long as I can remember.
Green skin, all that.
We need to go back to ugly witches in media. No more sexy witches.
I agree. Yeah.
I think we should have both.
You know what?
I like me a good sexy witch. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine. But like now it's all sexy witches. And it's like, no. Let's get some ugly witches back.
Yeah, let me get that big wart on the nose.
Yeah, I want a hunchback.
Yeah, I want a couple of hairs coming out of it too.
I want the bitch from Snow White. That's
I want to suck on the mole.
Okay.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
I don't kink shame, but
I think we should move on because I don't want to come.
Oh, that's fair.
You're wearing a white shirt. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Dorothy asks Glinda how to get home, and she's like, yeah, go see the Wizard of Oz. That's when she gets the whole follow the Yellow Brick Road. She keeps warning Dorothy, leave those shoes on or you'll die, which is different than what I tell women, take your shoes off or you'll die.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Damn, Rob.
That's good stuff, Robbie.
What a terrible, terrible thing to say.
Foot fetish spokesperson.
Wait, let me tell you something.
I'm like, Rob, you're making us look bad.
Feet guys have been the worst PR people for years. Fucking eating ass has a much better reputation.
Dude, gay people will be like, we've been oppressed for years. You need to give us equal rights. And then they see the feet guys are like, ew. Like, how should you kill yourself? You're disgusting. It's true.
You're going to discriminate against me for being gay, but not him for liking feet?
It's just like one of those fetishes where it's like the people who are into it are like very into it, and
Yeah,
then the
yeah.
people who are not into it are like repulsed by it.
It's the
Yeah.
funniest shit. If you go on Instagram and see, I follow a lot of wrestlers on Instagram, and if any of the women wrestlers post a picture of their feet, the comments are the Wild fucking West.
Yeah, I mean in general, like you see one sexy Instagram post even without feet, like you'll get creeps who are like, yeah baby, like I want to fuck.
Tom,
Yeah.
I read the comment on, there was a woman, she posted a picture with her and her friends, and they just happened to have their bare feet in the picture. And someone, the top comment on it was, looks like those piggies need to go to the market. And in parentheses it said, my mouth.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
And I said, I'm off Instagram
Yeah.
for a few days.
I'm gonna
Depravity.
delete the app off my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, that was the top comment. People were liking it.
Holy shit. I mean, if
It
that
is
was the top
funny.
comment and the person who posted the picture didn't report it, they must get it a lot, and they must be like, whatever. Like,
Yeah,
at
just
this
be like,
point,
it's par for the course.
like, it is what it is. Like, I knew what I was getting into when I posted this photo.
It's a shame. It really is a shame.
It really is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel
man.
like if we're gonna use AI for social media, I think it should scan for shit like that. It's like, oh, that's a comment about, no, you know what? That's not making it out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely, I'm sure there's some sort of like, you know, because you have hidden requests
Yeah.
for like messages. They probably hide comments too, but I don't think it's like AI.
No. They should just use AI to just delete comments. It's like, oh, you know, you're commenting on someone's feet, you're gone.
Yeah, right. Honestly, they
Unless-
might as fucking well. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, unless it's like, hey, you should get that checked out.
yeah, right.
It's
I
like a
think you should
medical,
go to the-
a medical comment.
I have
Dr.
the number
Pimple
for a
Popper.
podiatrist.
Yeah.
We meet Scarecrow. He's doing his
Speaking of
job.
feet.
He hasn't got a brain, only straw. I do like the line, some people without brains do an awful lot of talking.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
pretty
it's a
good.
good line.
He also says sometimes it's good to go both ways. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Have to
Scarecrow's
agree with him.
thinking ahead, brother.
Yeah, he's progressive as hell, brother.
You guys want to stop recording and get freaky?
You guys want a straw job?
Nice.
Straw job. Oh yeah, you suck my straw.
When the Scarecrow's on the pole, literally none of his dialogue matches up.
Yeah, it's so
the
weird.
ADR is wacky. Yeah.
It's bad. I laughed real hard at the crow landing on the Scarecrow and eating the straw. That made me
Yeah.
laugh really hard.
Yeah.
I laughed because at one point he said something along the lines of like, he's like, well, I've got this pole up my back. And I was like, yeah,
Yeah. Same. Same.
that you got a pole up your back.
I like how he says, "You think the wizard can give me some brain?"
No.
No, doesn't he say brains?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he says brains.
Yeah, I changed it.
Yeah, it's
I
a head
changed it.
joke.
Yeah.
Oh, some
The
brains.
Scarecrow
Yeah.
wants some sloppy dome from the Wizard of
Yeah.
Oz.
You think the wizard can suck me off?
You think the wizard can fucking open that throat? You know what I'm saying?
What would you like to ask? What that mouth do?
But that scene is fucking. The reason I burst out like that is because like when he says like, "Do you think he can give me some brains?" It's like, what are you, a fucking zombie? Like, it's like I need
Yeah.
brains. It's like fucking Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
I like the song If I Only Had a Brain.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
good
classic.
song. At one point, while he's dancing during that, he like jumps in the air like so
Yeah.
high. It's like, damn,
Yeah.
dude, like the amphetamines back then.
I think that the Scarecrow has the best makeup and design. Like, it looks like there's actually like a sack on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so
Sounds like a
good.
good Friday night, brother.
You know what I'm saying? But also the way he moves, it looks like he doesn't have bones. It's like really, really well done. Like the actor and the makeup, incredible stuff.
I have to
Yes.
agree. Yeah. The
Yeah.
Scarecrow is impressive. And he's also the most tolerable of the three.
Yeah,
He's the best character in this movie.
I agree.
The Tin
Nah,
Man
well,
is
the witch. The witch is the best
Okay,
character.
yeah.
which is great, yeah. But the Tin Man is just always like crying. For some
Yeah.
reason, and then the Cowardly Lion is. We'll get to the Cowardly Lion.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. But yeah, loves the Scarecrow.
Yeah, he's great. We see the witch hide behind a tree as Dorothy goes to pick up an apple from the tree. The tree starts yelling at her, and then the Scarecrow's like, oh, I have an idea. Throw some apples at us.
Yeah. The Tin Man, I mean, not the Tin Man, the Scarecrow the whole time is like, I don't have any brains, I'm an idiot. But
Yeah,
he's constantly coming up with ideas.
he saves
like-
the day every time.
Yeah, like that. Like he's like, oh, I have an idea. Hey, fuck you, throw me an apple. And they do it. It's like, hey, that's smart. You're smart.
This whole movie is about how to pick up bitches. Confidence.
Nice.
Yeah, it especially works with 16-year-old bitches pretending to be 9.
Yeah.
Oh no! Have a seat, Tin Man.
It was the 30s. Gotta keep
Speaking
that
of,
in mind, unfortunately.
speaking of the Tin Man, the makeup on the Tin Man is also incredible.
Yeah.
It is good. It is good. But didn't that guy like die because
The
of
first guy that they cast, he almost died.
He
And
is.
they recast him.
He is. This is as of a few years ago, but he was still alive while none of the cast were.
it? Wow.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I thought he was dead. Holy shit.
No, he survived. He was in the hospital for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the paint they used, they said he was allergic to it, but it was just fucking poison.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. This is actually, you should never put this on someone's skin.
Yeah.
Everyone got sick from their costume, basically.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they didn't know what they were doing. They're just
No.
like, fucking, look, can we eat this? Like, that's straight up asbestos. Like, I'm going to eat it.
Well,
Yeah.
they rained down asbestos on him.
Yeah, they did. The snow is 100% asbestos.
100% grade A asbestos.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? They actually knew that was dangerous at the time.
Oh, did
They
they?
just fucking, yeah, they just
They
fucking,
did,
they
yeah.
said, fuck it.
Yeah, there's an old photo I saw it was in like a YouTube video, like one of those YouTube videos about like fucked up shit that happens. You know, like here's top 10 like missing persons or something. And there was this one where it's like a photo of these 2 kids like playing in a pile of asbestos. They're like toddlers, and they
Sounds
died
awesome.
they died in their 30s, but it did look fun.
Now that sounds awesome.
Yeah, right.
That sounds like mesothelioma.
Fuck a sandbox. Give me an asbestos box, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, brother.
But
An asbestos box.
an asbestos box. One thing about the tree scene I wanted to mention is like when the tree first started talking for a second there, I felt like he sounded black. Like, I don't know. He's like, "Hey man, what did you do?"
I didn't catch
why.
a thing the tree said other than getting mad at Dorothy.
Yeah, he was pretty much just. I mean, I understand him though. It's like you're just standing there, just being a tree, minding your own business, and some
Oh, yeah.
asshole just tries to fucking pick something off you. Like, also the Wicked Witch was hiding in the back. Why didn't she just kill Dorothy right there?
Right?
She's right there.
So she can't, I don't think she can kill her until she's not wearing the slippers.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
interesting.
But why not capture her right there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a good idea.
It'd be
But,
pretty easy.
She's like, shit, she's got a man made of straw. Damn.
There was a line I missed before that made me laugh, is when the Scarecrow says, I'm not scared of anything, except a lighted match.
Yeah.
That made me laugh.
It's like, ooh, foreshadowing.
Fire. I like fire. Dorothy and Scarecrow oil up the Tin Man, and he's all sad because he doesn't have a heart. I laughed real hard when Dorothy knocked on the Tin Man, and Scarecrow just goes, wow, what a nickel!
Yeah.
Mostly the phrasing and delivery.
Yeah. Yeah. That's that classic old time, like, wow, what a
Yeah.
insert whatever it is here.
Wow, what a booby! But I really love the Tin Man's little tin dance.
Yes, the dance is cool. The song, it's like a reprise of If I Only Had a
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
nearly as memorable as If I Only Had a Brain. But the
Diminishing
dance is
returns.
very cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
the dance is cool. I also, how did they get the steam to come out of the top of his head?
He was really angry. That actually came out
Oh.
of his ears and it funneled.
The
That's
actor was just
incredible.
fucking sick of it at that point.
Yeah, it was like, you know what? Oh. Just forced it.
One thing I never caught when I used to watch this movie as a kid was like, because they're like really dripping something onto him that's supposed to be the oil. Like you can see it. You can see like out of the oil tank. It's like
Oh yeah.
actually dripping a liquid onto this man's face, and I just never
Wow.
caught that when I was a kid. I was like, wow,
I'll-
they
I'll
could have
bet-
just pretended, like, you
I'll
know.
bet it's actual oil because that's the
Yeah.
kind of production they were running.
That's probably what it was. It probably really was oil, and he's just like, I feel like I'm going to die, and they're like, it's just
Yeah.
one more cut.
Yeah.
Our heroes enter a dark and creepy forest. We get lions and tigers and bears, oh my. We meet the cowardly lion. He acts all tough until Dorothy smacks him across the face and he starts crying.
Oh, real quick,
Yeah.
just to go back to the Tin Man dance. Several questions.
Oh, excellent.
How did they do the Michael Jackson lean?
Same way with the nails in the floor. That's
But he was moving around in the same take,
true.
and then afterwards, it doesn't cut, and he gets up and like moves around. I have no idea how they did that.
I
Broke his
wonder.
ankles.
Oh my god!
they foot bound him.
Yeah. I just got back from China. I have this brand new idea.
I said several questions, but turns out it was just that one.
Oh, I liked it.
Fair enough.
The lion sings If I Only Had the Nerve. The only thing I liked about this is his delivery of noive.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
noive.
I liked the lion at first, and then eventually I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
right.
It gets old. It gets old really fast.
yeah, especially
like-
his song later.
I did like how he immediately he's like, oh, I'm a big tough guy, meh, meh. And Dorothy just gives him a quick on the nose, and he immediately bawling, crying.
Yeah.
I thought that was very funny.
He also goes, "Why'd you do that?"
Yeah, do that for?
It's like, because you were fucking threatening us? Like,
Yeah, because you're being a dick.
Because you're a lion. I don't need to be asked questions why I hit a lion that was running at me.
right. Oh yeah, he just gets annoying, and it's so forced. Like, it's like, like the fucking.
Yeah.
It just. It was so clearly going for the laugh, and I get it. They wanted to have that comic relief character there, but oh my god, he's annoying.
He is. This movie is for children.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true.
So he's playing to the audience.
Yeah.
Sure.
But also, he says mouse like Maus, and that's funny.
One thing I thought he did that was funny is where they're about to go into the later in the movie where they're about to go into the witch's castle. And he's just like, all right, I'm gonna be slashing through everybody and whatever, and I only want you guys to do one thing. And they're like, what? He's like, talk me out of it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
He had a
scene
whole
is
big
funny.
number,
Yeah.
to sing about what he's gonna do, and then at the end he's like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But here's another question. How did they do the lion's tail? Because that thing's like moving on its own.
Probably just a string, I think, like a puppet string.
So I was thinking either that or he had a string connected to one of his hands that he was able to move it by himself.
That's what I was thinking.
Either way, brilliant.
Yeah. Looks
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that when I was watching it, but fuck. Right.
It's like got like a mind of its own. It's really cool.
I got a tail with a mind of its own, baby boy.
I don't get it. Explain it to me.
It's my penis.
Why a tail? Does it come out your butt?
When I push it really far in.
Robbie.
Oh, ow. Ow.
Robbie.
Our heroes skip it. This is an X-rated episode. This is
Yeah. On the most G-rated movie of all
Yeah.
time.
our heroes skip and sing. The Wicked Witch is watching them through a crystal ball when she unleashes a field of devastating poppies.
The Good Witch summons asbestos storm.
Yeah. It's super effective.
Yeah. More like Glenda the Good Witch of mesothelioma. Am I
Very
right?
good.
Then she's sitting there thinking, like, I'll get them addicted to heroin. They'll never get to the wizard.
Hello, my pretty. How about some cigarettes? They can see the Emerald City. They run through the field of poppies. They all fall asleep. That's when Glinda rains down the asbestos, and we make our way to Emerald City. This was a total of about 30 seconds. We didn't need it.
Yeah, it's such a pointless excursion. It's like, okay, how are they going to get out of this one? Oh, okay. I guess.
Oh, Glinda.
They're just going to do it. Okay.
That's when you learn that, Glinda can just do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, why doesn't she do that all the time?
Yeah.
That was just an excuse to give everybody mesothelioma.
If they die at 60, the studio doesn't have to pay out for that long.
Yeah, exactly. No more residuals.
The doorbell bit I found kind of funny.
Yeah.
But then the guy who answers the door only lets them in because of the ruby slippers. They ride the horse of a different color, which I think looks really cool, but as we said before, probably killed the fucking horse.
Yeah. I liked how, he's like, get out of here, scram! And then Dorothy starts crying. She's like, but how am I gonna get home? And then it turns back to the guy at the door, and his face is soaked from all of his tears. He's like, oh my God, I'll let you in. I'm so sorry.
He looks like the guy from that fucking Key and Peele sketch.
Yeah, with the sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, he does. Dude, when I was a kid, because that scene used to confuse me. Like, I was like, what is happening to him? And my mom's explanation was always just like, that's how they cry in Oz. Like, that's just how people cry. They, instead of crying normal tears, their whole face just becomes drenched in
gets splashed in the face. Yeah.
And it's like what she was saying was like, okay, you can feel bad for her, but it wasn't moving enough to warrant like a
that's why it was so funny. It was just like the guy's just a big mush,
I'm sorry, come on, fuck my wife, do whatever you want.
I'll be in the chair in the corner.
Still crying.
I like that the Wicked Witch does some skywriting because she shows up and writes "Surrender Dorothy" with her emissions.
That shit was really cool.
Yeah, she's destroying the ozone layer, the ozone layer.
Oh shit.
That's good. Dude, that scene always stuck with me as a kid because she's just like writes that in the sky, and then the rest of everyone in Oz is just like, who the fuck is that? Who's Dorothy? Like, and Dorothy's just standing there, just like nobody even knows that I'm Dorothy.
Yeah, I murdered her sister.
Do people not know who this witch is? Like, no one seemed to be worried about her until Dorothy killed her sister.
She must be less prolific. Maybe her sister was like really like raking it in, and she was just kind of like that sibling that also like like Jim Belushi. It's like, and I do this too, guys.
Yeah. And everyone's like, boo.
The Wicked Witch of the East was a really good pragmatic leader. Tough, made the right business decisions. This one's gonna kill everyone who questions her.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the Donald Trump of the witches. So.
Yeah.
The lion sings a song about being king of the forest. I found this so annoying.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little long.
King of the forest! I was like, shut the fuck up.
I will say, he says that he puts the ape in apricot.
Yeah, he did.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I also like that Tin Man broke a flower pot. And
for the crown.
It's like, now the wizard's gonna be pissed.
Yeah, right. Like, you're not making a good first impression. Like,
sorry, sir. He needed a crown.
Yeah. I like how he's asking all these questions. Like, what do you need? And then he says courage, right? But the way he says courage, like he shakes, like before he says it, it's good delivery. It's like good hammy stuff. Yeah. I understand what he's doing, and I understand that it's not for me because I'm not a child anymore. But when I was a kid, he was my favorite.
I get that.
Because he was funny. But like now, you get older and you identify more with the fucking witch.
Yeah.
You know? Like, fucking yeah, kill her. She's annoying.
Yeah. With her
Kill
fucking
Dorothy
dog.
and all of her dumb friend.
Her dog bit my neighbor. Her dog's been terrorizing my poor neighbor.
Yeah, fucking fuck her. You know, not literally, of course.
Well,
I do like the contrast between, like, in the real world, the dog bit her on the leg. That's sad. In Oz, Dorothy killed her fucking sister.
Yeah.
She dropped a house onto her.
Yeah.
She obliterated her sister. She's not dead. She needs dental records to identify her.
Yeah, she's liquid.
Her body is fully deformed.
Yeah.
The better part of her has seeped into the ground beneath her.
We meet the wizard. He's a projected head. It looks awesome, and it's very intimidating.
Yeah, I had no complaints about seeing the wizard again as an adult. I was like, that still looks
It looks
goddamn
fucking
cool.
sick.
Yeah,
still,
that's very, very cool.
Yeah.
The wizard tells them he'll grant their requests if they bring the broomstick of the Wicked Witch of the West. And
Yeah,
then
and
the cow...
They're like, but we'd have to kill her. And he's like, yeah.
Do it!
It's like, and? Why does he need the broom? I always wondered. I'm like, what does he want the broom? He never really explains. Like, I need the broom.
He just wants her dead.
He's just like, yeah, I guess. Yeah, he just wants them to kill her.
Yeah, I'll grant your wish. Kill the bitch. What?
It's like part of our wish. It requires the witch to be dead in order to be granted. Can't you do it? Like, you're a wizard, right?
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm busy.
Also, is Glinda their sister also the good witch? Like, why can't she kill the witch?
Yeah, she
I
even
don't
says
know.
in the beginning of the movie when the Wicked Witch is like trying to, like when she first shows up, and she's just like, "You have no power here." It's like, she has no power there. Why don't you just fucking kill her right there, then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
shoot her in the head.
Yeah.
Use a gun, brother.
Shoot her.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if the Good Witch literally just pulled out like a desert eagle and just.
Yeah, she's like, guys, I'm fucking strapped.
Fuck with the Good Witch.
Yeah, are you kidding me? I did like how after the wizard is like, go kill the witch, and then he's like, now be gone. Like how the lion just fucking books it. He books it, and he jumps out a window. God knows how high up they are anywhere, but it just transitions to the next scene. I was like, that's funny.
Just gone. He's just gone.
Yeah.
I forgot that he jumped out of the window. I was like, all right, this is
It's
It
good
just
stuff.
shatters. We're in the haunted forest. Everyone is scared except for the Tin Man, and he ultimately gets lifted up and dropped back down, so now he's scared.
Dude, they literally, like, if you look, they just dropped that actor, like,
Yeah.
right on his fucking hip.
Yeah.
That's a man.
Like, I don't know if it was a stunt double, but either way, that man is hurt.
In like a tin costume too. Like,
Yeah.
fucking- must have hurt. One thing about that scene is the use of the word like. Yeah,
Nah.
it's funny just for us to think of like Clint Eastwood from
Yeah.
Gran Torino walking up. Just like,
And Clint Eastwood as the Cowardly Lion. If I only had the nerve.
Talk me out of
The Wicked Witch sends out the flying monkeys, and our heroes get overrun with them. They fucking disembowel Scarecrow.
Yeah,
They
fucking
murdered the shit out of him.
It's like Day of the Dead. He's like, choke on him!
There's some of you over there, and over there,
That
and
was
over there.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're sitting there, they're putting them back together. It looked really good as Dorothy is taken away by the monkeys.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. Cool little like effect.
Yeah. The witch has to kill Dorothy to get the slippers. She stalls. Toto escapes. I didn't really understand this hourglass thing where she's like,
Yeah.
I'll kill you, James Bond, when the
Yeah.
hourglass is up. It's like, oh, okay, cool. So I have some chance here.
Yeah, I didn't fully understand that.
It's not clear. When I was a kid, I used to think like, oh, when that hourglass runs out, Dorothy will drop dead on the floor.
That's
Like,
what I was
thought.
thinking. I was thinking
Yeah.
that's her lifeline or whatever.
But then
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense that the witch can't kill her if she's wearing the slippers, because she's still wearing the slippers for that whole scene.
Yeah, why don't you just be like, hey, I'm gonna take your shoes off and then I'm gonna choke you to death or whatever. You know?
Strangles her with her bare hands.
Yeah, what's the difference, you know?
Yeah, fucking like this is hourglass nonsense.
I just figured, like the question I had is, how's that work? Is her lifeline tied to that, or is she just like once the time runs out, she's just gonna walk in and shoot her with a gun?
She just walks in with a baseball bat.
Your time is up, Dorothy.
It's like, oh no, I didn't mention I was gonna beat the shit out of you. I'm pissed. Like,
Also,
shit.
I don't know the context. I think it's Dorothy, but I just wrote, I'm frightened.
Okay.
Oh,
I just found that funny.
she's
That's a funny thing to exclaim.
I just imagine the Wicked Witch is like watching Dorothy on her crystal ball, going, "God damn it! Who falls asleep with their shoes on?"
Yeah.
Dude, there's one thing I forgot to say when we were talking about when they first go to see the wizard, where it's like the guy comes out and he's like, the wizard says go away. Like, I'm just imagining like he just comes out, he's just like, the wizard says whites only, and slams the door.
We don't serve your kind.
Read the sign.
Dorothy is crying, and she sees her aunt in the crystal ball, and then the witch appears. It's like, ha 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 ha.
That's good stuff.
Tin Man, Cowardly Lion, and Scarecrow watch the guards. They come up with a plan to get past the guards, and they have to be led by the lion. But they ultimately are not led by the lion, so that was pointless.
Yep.
Yeah.
They steal some outfits to fit in.
Not really, because they're attacked and they just win.
Yeah, so here's a question. Did they kill those guards?
Yeah, they're dead, brother.
Yeah, they snapped their necks.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
life or death, bro. They're trying to save Dorothy.
The Tin Man does have an axe, so like, you know.
And
You
one of them is a
swing that
literal
bad boy.
lion.
That's true, but he's cowardly.
It'd be mad funny though if they came up and the axe was just covered in blood and the lion
Yeah.
actually had like blood in his teeth.
Yeah, blood all over his face.
It's like, damn, okay, they took care of
The lion's missing like half the fur in his face. Like you see those lions who have been in battles in Africa. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Damn, what did you do?
The Scarecrow's just standing there like, shit, you guys. Like,
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
The Scarecrow's standing there. His guy's just tied up.
Yeah. He's like, you guys killed him.
I was just gonna leave him here.
I just took some of my straw and I tied him up. Meanwhile, Tin Man's lighting the straw on fire.
Yeah. He's like,
We have to
take no
finish the
prisoners.
job, Scarecrow. No witnesses.
They join the procession of guards and they walk into the castle, followed by little Toto. I love that Toto is in every scene in this movie,
yeah, he's
Yeah.
great.
That
Just-
dog is awesome.
making himself known. And I also like, this ties into what Andy was saying earlier with the tail having a mind of his own, but the lion has to like hide his tail as they walk into the castle.
Very cool.
I think that looked really cool. I also think it was a nice touch.
Yeah.
Toto's apparently a scent hound because he leads the boys right up to Dorothy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like perfect. He had the whole path memorized.
They were like, Tin Man, it's great that we could find her, but how did you get her panties for Toto to sniff? The Scarecrow knocks the chandelier onto all the guards, knocking them out. The guards surround them. The witch lights the Scarecrow on fire. And then Dorothy goes to put out the fire and accidentally kills the witch by throwing water on her.
This scene confused me for one reason and one reason only. I assume the witch knows that water kills her. I assume she would know that's the one thing she would never want anywhere near the vicinity of the castle. Certainly not around her guards, who apparently hate her, as is demonstrated by their celebration after she dies. Why is there just an open bucket of water like in the castle, like completely unattended? For what purpose? What is it doing there? Who's using it? Like,
Yeah, that was my question as well. Why do you have that if one splash will kill you?
Yeah, literally.
The smallest amount of water.
Yeah. But you know what?
Just
That
her face.
effect when she's melting is fucking sick.
Oh, it looks awesome.
Yeah, that used to scare me too.
And her screaming "I'm melting"
Yes.
is
Iconic.
pretty chilling. Yeah, iconic. Yeah, and I like she dies in like complete silence. Like everybody's just looking and they're like, "Oh shit."
It's like nobody else knew that would happen.
Yeah, it came to everyone's surprise. And that leads me to my other question, which is, do others know that water kills them? Because they all seem very surprised when this happens. And if they did know, why hasn't anyone iced these witches? They all hate them. You know, like, why don't you just get a water gun or something?
My thoughts exactly. Like, that's what I was saying about the bucket of water. It's like, why is it even in there? Unless they really don't know. Unless they really just have no idea. Like, nobody's ever tried that. Like, I guess why would you think it would work? Why would you think, like, yeah, I'll just splash her with water?
Yeah, it seems that way because of everybody's reaction. And I do like how, like, the guard is just like, she's dead. You killed her.
It's so accusatory.
And then they're like, huzzah.
You are the Wicked Witch now.
Yeah, it's just like, what? She turns green and shit.
Dude, the crazy thing about that death is that's one of those classic villain deaths because it's so memorable and it makes you for a minute almost feel bad for her because she's literally just melting into into the floor and it's just like it's kind of horrifying. Like when you really
honestly,
think about it. Like,
it's really cool.
Yeah.
I also like they go, hey, do you mind if we have her broom? And her guard's like, yeah, take it, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, it's like, we don't need it. We're gonna fucking throw it out.
Yeah.
We're gonna burn it.
The wizard ultimately refuses to grant their requests. He tells them to come back tomorrow until Toto's like, nah. And he pulls the curtain and we get the line, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. And they're like, bro, we caught your shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, fuck, I guess I gotta give you something.
I like how he's just like a real chatty schmuck. Like,
yeah,
what he gives them is garbage.
Yeah.
Like, here's a certificate for a brain, or a college degree. And he's like, you know, the two corners of a isosceles triangles are equal to the, like, whatever. And it's like, what?
Yeah, it's like these gestures are meaningless.
They are, and like I get it. Everything you wanted, you had all along. Yeah, I got it. But like,
okay, I was making sure because for a second it was coming across like you didn't.
But like, he's like a politician. He's just talking but not saying anything.
Yeah,
like talking and talking and talking. He's like, here's a certificate, and for you, here's a watch that looks kind of like a heart.
Yeah.
All right.
I love how he says to the Scarecrow, he's like, a lot of those people don't have brains or whatever. They have one thing you don't have, a diploma.
Yeah.
It's just like, they have one thing you don't have, generational wealth to afford you a college degree. So I'll just give you a fake one.
You were working in the fields in 1930. You thought you were going to get a college degree?
Yeah, what are you, gonna get gold?
Yeah, and the one other thing about all of them, like the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Lion that I noticed is like, the Scarecrow and the Tin Man, it doesn't really show. Like, the fact that the Scarecrow has no brain and this Tin Man has no heart doesn't really affect them at all. Like, it's like you said before, the Scarecrow is constantly coming up with ideas and making decisions, and the Tin Man, you know, I guess, I mean, he's moving. It seems like he has some sort of cardiovascular shit going on, but the Lion is the only one who it's like, yeah, this motherfucker has no courage. Like this, this motherfucker is a pussy. Like, he actually straight up has no courage.
But
like,
he's handing them trash and throwing big words at them, and they're like, hooray!
Yeah, so true.
Hey, that's America, baby.
Ain't it?
Yep. God bless the USA.
The wizard is going to fly Dorothy home in a hot air balloon. We could have ended the movie here. We could have just ended at them getting their shit and Dorothy goes home. We didn't need this whole shit with the hot air balloon.
Yeah, well, he flies away, and Dorothy's like, well, fuck, how am I going to get home now? I can't be stuck with these fucking weirdos. And, like, the good witch appears, and she just straight up asks. She's like, well, what's the lesson of the movie?
Have we
Dorothy
been
just
watching,
says it.
children?
Yeah. And Dorothy just says it. She's like, well, there's, you got to be thankful for what you have, and like all this stuff. And it's like, yep. All right, go home. You got it. She clicks her heels, and that's it.
That's very 1930s, though, for
Yeah,
a children's
yes, it
movie
is.
to just be like, all
Just
right,
lay it
everybody. Yeah.
It
Here
made me
is.
think of, like, at the end of, I don't know if they still do it. I haven't watched it in a while, but South Park at the end of every episode, it's like,
Yeah,
well, you know what I learned?
Yeah.
And then they just exposit what they learned, and like that's such a callback to this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, that
It's
used to be a
very
big Saturday morning cartoon and like after
Yeah.
school special thing. I know we've had a
Right.
lot of laughs,
yeah.
but there's nothing funny about left-handed people. If you see one of those freaks, you take them out.
Oh shit! What kind
Hit
of
him,
special?
try as hard as you can to hit him with rocks.
Make sure
Throw
you
with
always
your
got
right
some,
hand.
One thing
Make sure you
about
always
that,
got rocks in your pocket just in case you run into one of these freaks.
them or the Jews. Sorry.
I carry around the rocks in my pocket for people I know having extramarital affairs, and I stone them to death.
Wow!
Oh damn.
Wow!
Very noble.
Yeah, you gotta do. A baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do.
Wow!
Tom
Well,
Hanks.
then she wakes up. It was all a dream.
One thing I do want to say about that scene with the witch and the scare, it just goes into my complaints with the good witch, where she comes down and she's like, Dorothy's like, can you help me? And she's like, you've had the power to go home the whole time. And then the Scarecrow's actually like, well, why didn't you tell her?
Yeah.
And she's like, nope, she had to figure it out herself. Like, well,
But she
thanks,
still didn't
bitch.
figure it out herself. You still told her.
Yeah, you still explained it verbatim. You could have done that at the start.
Yeah.
You made her put her life at risk. She's
Yeah.
9.
She fucking almost died. Like,
She had to learn that lesson she already learned from the guy in the carriage in the very beginning of the movie.
she had to be almost killed by a psychotic magical witch.
Yeah. Yeah. And also do 2 murders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 2 evil murders. That's fine.
Yeah, they're bad
Yeah,
guys.
it's fine. It's fine. They were both accidental as well.
Yeah, they're bad guys. They have androids.
Well, I did like how she goes to the Scarecrow and she's like, I'm going to miss you most of all. Like, she kind of whispers it. She's like, oh, I'm going
Yeah.
to miss you more than
Yeah,
all
she's
these
like, I'm gonna miss that
fucking
pig. You know what I'm
pieces of
saying?
shit.
Scarecrow's like, yo, chill, don't let them hear that. Don't let them hear that. Don't let them
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like, yo, dude,
The lion heard you. He's crying. He's
Like,
crying.
that. I don't want to catch a case. I don't want to catch a case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lion and the Tin Man are just looking at the Scarecrow like, dude, what the fuck? Like, she leaves and like, what the fuck was that though? Like,
Yeah. What, you guys got something going on? You know she's 9, right?
yeah, she's 9 years. Even if she looks 16, she's 9. And even
Yeah,
if she
and
is
also-
16, still no.
Yeah, you still fucked up.
Scarecrow, let me take a look at your phone. Come on, let's take a look at
Yeah.
your phone, Scarecrow.
They do one of those Predator like catch fucking videos where they just beat the shit out of it.
I saw you delete that app. I watched you
Yeah.
delete it.
It's like, where are you going? Where are you going? Come on, where are you walking, dude?
Ladies and gentlemen of Munchkinland, this Scarecrow is here to meet a 9-year-old girl.
Bounce on the dog pile on his face.
Oh, she,
great. You're gonna try to fuck us too?
well, she wakes up and it was all a dream, right? And you were there, and you were there, and you were there. Classic.
I like to tell people that. I go, I had a wet dream, and you were there, and you were there, and you were there. And I gotta tell you something, I'm never invited back to Thanksgiving.
Whoa, man, that's something, Rob.
Incest jokes.
I mean, in fairness, we were having it at my in-laws.
Oh, that's
Okay.
I mean,
so
it's
now
still
it's
weird.
just inappropriate.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
it's just weird. Yeah.
Very awkward.
There's one thing I'm good at doing. It's ruining the holidays.
Yeah.
And coming on my sister-in-law's face.
Oh no. I think it's weird that Dr. Marvel or Professor Marvel shows up and is like, "How's the girl?"
Oh yeah,
think
he just
it-
pops
it
in.
just
It's like
goes
like, do you
into-
know- do you
yeah,
know family like.
It goes back to like him just being a real wholesome dude. He's like, all right, well, she ran home during the storm. I should probably go check on her. You know?
Hey, I followed that 9-year-old home. She good?
Yeah.
I was just stalking your 9-year-old daughter. Wanted to make sure everything was okay for when I came back later.
Yeah,
Hey.
it is pretty wacky to just poke your head into somebody's window, though.
It's 1939. Does she have any suitors lined up?
I hear
Well-
Jerry Lee Lewis is looking for a new. That was later. I think that was the 50s, right?
Yeah. Should we go to Letterboxd?
I think we should go to Letterboxd.
Now, I just feel like is it blasphemy to not give this 5 stars? It's the fucking
No.
Wizard of Oz, you know?
I'll admit, I actually did already immediately. I'm one of those people who immediately after I watch something, I Letterboxd rated. I already rated this 5 stars.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, man, I'm ahead of the game.
Robbie, what would you give this movie?
I'll be honest. I was gonna give it 5 stars. For a few reasons. I just think for the time, it is a technical marvel.
Yeah.
And to this day, a lot of it holds up really well. I think there are some wonky camera cuts, particularly when the Wicked Witch is involved. You get some weird camera cuts for some reason. I don't know if that was a director choice to make it like, ooh, she's spooky and weird, or if it was just awkward camera cuts.
Yeah.
But I think the sets, to the acting, to songs like Over the Rainbow, it's a weird, because I think this is the perfect G-rated movie.
Yeah.
No, I would definitely concur.
You know, and maybe because it was
mean,
G in the 1930s, which means they got away with a lot more than they do now.
Well, yeah. Bugs Bunny used to fucking smoke cigarettes. Like,
That's true.
yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think it's just kind of blasphemous to not give this 5 stars just because it was 1939 and look what they fucking did, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, when you watch it, even now, it's so clear to me why this movie is one of the greatest movies of all time. Like, you know, you could make fun of it all you want, but you know, I can see why it's been remembered the way it has. It's, you know, it reminds me of the way in which King Kong is remembered, even though there's new versions of King Kong that some people may be more familiar with. Like, people remember King Kong for how influential it was and just how it really changed the game. And I think The Wizard of Oz did the same thing. Like, they took that next step. Like, King Kong was that first step into like the world of modern movies, and then Wizard of Oz was that next step.
Yeah. I mean, you think about it, nobody's ever straight up remade The Wizard of Oz. It's always like, what happened next or what happened before.
Right.
So,
There's
like,
that Return to Oz movie, right? Isn't that movie like weird and dark?
Yeah.
Never seen it.
Yeah, I never watched it. I just heard of it.
I've seen The Muppets Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do have a Wizard of Oz. Fuck. Gotta find that.
With Quentin Tarantino makes a cameo in it.
Let me see your feet, Kermit, okay?
I saw Wicked on Broadway.
Very
Wicked.
good.
Yeah, I saw Wicked with my wife on Broadway.
Did you get a
was
blowjob
cool.
after?
I gotta check the books. I log all my blowjobs.
Eddie, that's not good.
All right, let's go 5 stars on this. You know,
All right.
Yeah.
gotta. It's The Wizard of Oz.
Now, allow me to take a quick detour before we get into trivia. 5 stars, logged on Letterboxd. Follow us on at TheRoydsBand. Tom, what's your Letterboxd?
It's just Tom Crescenzo 57. Why 57? I really don't know. I just typed it one day. But yeah, I reviewed it and everything. 5 stars. 5 stars on Letterboxd.
So, real quick, I was on Wikipedia and I was on The Wizard of Oz, and I noticed that the dog, Toto, real name Terry, had his own Wikipedia page.
Oh shit.
So I had to go there. Terry eventually changed its name to Toto. Well, they didn't change it, their owner changed its name.
Right.
Toto's Christian name was Mary. They changed it. They're like, no, you're a dog. Okay, I'm getting on topic. Toto appeared in 22 films total.
Wow.
Oh shit.
But the most important thing about this Wikipedia is under that it has a see also, and the see also list is list of individual dogs. And when you do the hover over, it just says the following is a list of individual dogs. So it's just a list of random fucking dogs.
Wait, what? The fuck? It's just looking here, Sparky.
It's just like from like television and movies and books.
Oh.
Faithful dogs. What is just called faithful dogs? And you know what? I better see Walter on here, my sweet little puppy. Homing dogs. They like fire at you and blow up.
Oh shit.
All right, I'm so sorry, guys. Guys,
Heat-seeking dogs.
I have 5 trivias.
I have 3.
Tom, you got trivia or you want to just be a contestant?
I'll just be a contestant.
All
Are
right.
you gonna buzz in with your name?
Okay.
When the witch hides behind the tree after Dorothy meets the Scarecrow, there is a bird in the tree above her. What type of bird is it? A toucan, a pelican, a turkey, or a parrot?
Andy.
Andy.
A toucan.
Oh, you must have followed your nose. That's right.
I did. Which song was almost cut from the final cut of this movie? Is it Somewhere Over the Rainbow, Follow the Yellow Brick Road, The Lollipop Guild, or The Lion Song?
Rob.
Yeah.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Yeah, what the fuck were they thinking?
Did they really almost
Yeah.
cut that?
Yeah.
They felt it didn't match with the rest of the movie.
Yeah, they were like, we got to get to the color part. Let's go.
Let's get a move on.
Nah, dude, that's the best part.
Stupids. What 2 colors do we see the horse of a different color be?
Tom,
Tom.
purple and yellow.
That is right, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that because, like I said, it bugged me out. I was like, they really painted that whole thing purple, and then there was a yellow one. I was like, fuck, okay, they painted 2 horses.
What color did the Yellow Brick Road first appear when they filmed it? They had to adjust the film to make it yellow. Did it appear as orange, green, red, or blue?
Rob.
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Swinging low. Call me Sweet Chariot, baby. When we see the sign for the haunted forest, how far away is the witch's castle from the sign? 4 miles, 3 miles, 2 miles, 1 mile.
Tom,
And- oh, go ahead.
Tom.
1 mile.
It is 1 mile.
Oh, shit.
Damn, I just took a shot in the dark.
That was good.
Who was paid more, Toto or the Munchkins?
Rob.
Rob.
Toto.
Yeah, Toto got $125 a week. What do you think the Munchkins got?
I have no idea.
They got $50 a week.
Holy shit! Oh my god, Peter Dinklage just shat himself.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah, that is fucked.
What is the name of the medal given to the Cowardly Lion? The single dagger, the double sword, the triple cross, the quadruple machete.
Tom,
Tom.
triple cross.
It is the triple cross.
Yeah, I knew that one.
Very good. I have one more. What does it say on the wizard's hot air balloon? I didn't make options for this one. You want me to give you options?
Yeah.
All right, is it State Fair Louisville, State Fair Kentucky, State Fair Omaha, State Fair Nebraska?
Andy. Omaha.
It is Omaha. State Fair Omaha.
Oh,
Yeah, I
shit.
watched it with my wife, and she pointed that out. She was like, "Why did his balloon say Omaha? She wants to go to Kansas." And I was like, "Oh shit, I didn't even notice."
It was a State Fair.
I wondered maybe if they just borrowed a balloon. You know, like just
Yeah.
for the movie, they're just like, this is the only one we could
The
find.
wizard-
State Fair
the
Omaha.
wizard is just a fucking idiot. You know?
He just stole a balloon.
Yeah. You stole a balloon? Yeah, on free balloon day.
You guys ever been in a hot air balloon?
No, I wouldn't do it. I get weird with height. Like, I'm not afraid of heights, but sometimes I am afraid of heights. You know what I'm saying?
I am
It's
deeply afraid of heights.
scary as fuck. I've done it.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to. I've gone like hiking up like mountains, not like mountains, but like I went in like hiking in Utah up this one trail called Angel's Landing where you basically go on top of like a small mountain, and that was fine. But something like being in a balloon, like just a basket in the air, like
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do that.
Not me.
Fuck that.
Guys, I wrote a song.
Me too.
Me as well. I mean, I wrote a verse, but
Nice. I didn't know we were getting 3 songs.
Yeah, Tom's wrote a verse about the Blizzard of Oz, the Ozzy Osbourne album.
yeah.
Rock and roll.
No, I wrote a rap about it. I just wrote a Wizard of Oz rap, but I was talking about to you, Rob, before we started recording. Is whenever I write raps, for some reason I can't help but writing insanely violent shit. So it's kind of a rap about me just like slaughtering everyone in Oz.
Oh, good.
All right.
It'd be fun.
All right. So, so you mentioned you might have a YouTube beat for. Do you have a YouTube beat in mind, or?
Well, if you type in Wizard of Oz type beat, you'll probably find the one that I was working with.
All right.
Are you doing it live?
Yeah, I'll do it live.
Holy shit.
Yeah, man.
A Royds review first.
Wizard of Oz type beat.
Yeah, it should. There's a video. It should have like the thumbnail should be like a poster for the Wizard of Oz with like green.
Yep, and it's free.
Yeah, it's just a YouTube video. Yeah.
SME Beats. No, I'm saying it says free in the.
Well, I
it says-
mean, this is the whole thing with like YouTube beats. Like whenever they say free, it's like not really free. Like if you post it, if you used it for like a song that you actually got money for, they would copyright strike you.
Ah, okay.
But they use that to like, get their beats around, and people use them for like SoundCloud and stuff.
All right. So if we get in trouble, I'll make a new beat. I'll
Perfect.
edit it out and do a different beat. All right.
I think we'll be fine. But do you guys get money off this?
No, we don't.
We can.
We can
There's
eventually.
potential to make money.
Yeah.
We're probably fine right now. I think it's fine if you're just playing it through like the audio. Oh. I know you motherfuckers think you and your fellow slick. Just too bad you never catch me as I walk a yellow brick. I'm too busy getting freaky with this wicked dead old witch, cause only one of us is evil, it's the devil, who knows which. I take a burning torch and dance the flame on every single scarecrow. Dorothy bitch is talking about good life in Kansas, where though it is just her dream, so it is not really a fair show. And that is why, like Kruger in her mind, I set the snares, bro. You think I fear this world, you're only lion's pussy, and your man of tin needs oil faster than butt cheeks on Snooki. And the wizard rules with power, is it real? I guess it could be, till I dragged his wrinkled ass out from the curtain, left him cooking in the fires I set. Emerald City turns to sand, I drive a steamroller with spikes all over Munchkin Land, and then I find that good witch to try to get her on my sack. Wow, she made me come on the hanging actor dead in the background. That's all I got.
I like that.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good times.
was the sound? I turned the sound down a little bit during it. I hope you were able to hear yourself.
I was fine. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that was cool. That was also, as Andy said, a Royds review first, and that was really cool.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
That
you.
was really cool.
That's Dr. T and the women, motherfuckers.
Andy, guess what I have?
Is it a song?
It's a pick to flip.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Flip that shit then, Robbie.
I flipped
Heads.
It's heads.
Hell yeah, brother. What kind of song you got?
Slow and pianist.
All right, you go first.
All right. My song is called Sleeping Where the Poppies Grow. And I wrote this on piano, and I'm really trying to get into like writing the melody of the song, of the vocals, like on the piano, that I can try to like sing along to as I play. And this one was kind of at the high part of my range, but I gave it the shot. It's slow. It's called Sleeping Where the Poppies Grow. And it goes, oh, that was so many rhymes. And it goes like this. Sleeping where the poppies grow. If I wake up, I'll never know. My friends' problems on my own. Sleeping where the poppies grow. Laying in a flower bed. Everything is in my head. Thinking about what she just said. Laying in a flower bed. Take me home, please. Take me home, please. I've been stuck forever. I've been scared forever. Take me home, please. Take me home, please. I've been stuck forever. I've been scared forever. Walk this road with 3 new friends. Something says I know these men. They just need some confidence. Walk these roads with 3 new friends. Take me home, please. Take me home, please. I've been stuck forever. I've been scared forever. Take me home, please. Take me home, please. I've been stuck forever. I've been scared forever. Sleeping where the poppies grow. Until we get hit with snow. If I wake up, I'll never know. Sleeping where the poppies grow. That was my song called Sleeping Where the Poppies Grow.
Very cool.
Very good, man. That was
Thank
great.
you. Yeah, like I said, I did a piano thing and I really wanted to focus on writing the melody. And once you do that, you kind of hamstring yourself vocally when you like write the melody before you write lyrics.
That makes sense. Yeah, because you don't realize how you're gonna have to like actually sing those notes.
Yeah.
And then when you go to do it, it's like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I find that's usually how I write is the melody first, and then I fit my lyrics into it.
See, okay, I very rarely will like write on a piano, sit there writing the melody. I'll write
Right.
like, and that's how I did that. Like, I'll do a melody of like where I'm just singing nonsense noises,
Yeah.
but like I've never sat down to be like, okay, these are the notes that are going to comprise of the vocals.
Right.
You know, that's just not something I've done before or really like taken much of an attempt to do.
Oh,
And that's what I did.
very cool.
It was good.
Thank you.
It seems very hard to do. I've played guitar since I was like 10, but I've never been able to sing and play at the same time. So I can't even imagine like writing lyrics to the music.
Singing and playing guitar I find very easy. I can't do it with piano yet. I'm working on it.
See,
Piano seems tough to do, yeah.
I used to be able to sing and play guitar like no problem. And now because I've been recording only and not like actually singing and playing guitar, now I find it's really hard again.
See, I find myself because a lot of times I write my lyrics as I'm recording the music.
Yeah.
And so like a lot of times I'll be recording like an electric guitar part and I'll be like singing along and making up the lyrics and melody as I go. Just so like while I'm not recording it, I'm still singing and playing.
Yeah.
I also, what I do sometimes is when I do the stationary bicycle, I put on Spotify and I'll just sing along as well as I can to anything that comes on just to give my lungs a workout.
Yeah, it helps with
Mhm.
breast support.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I also wanted to write a song that might fit into the movie, and I just thought that would.
Nice.
Definitely did, and had the imagery and everything.
Thank you.
Oh
Andy,
yeah.
Yeah.
Andy, tell us about your song, please.
Yeah, my song is called No Place Like Home, right?
Yes.
Okay. I was kind of struggling, and then I asked my wife, I was like, what kind of song should I write for this? And she was like, I would do like a psychedelic thing because it's a weird movie. And I was like, okay, yeah, let me try that. So I tried it, and then it ended up just sounding like, I think it sounds like a 90s song.
Okay.
So check it out. It's called, what's it called again?
No
No
place,
Place
like,
Like
home.
Home. That's right. All right, check it out.
Accidentally killed a witch with my home. I said I'm sorry, but they just called me hero. I asked the locals what to do, where should I go? All you do is follow the yellow brick road. Everything you want, you had all along. Auntie M is waiting for me at home. Everything you want, you had all along. When life gets hard, you don't have to make it on your own. Everything you want, you had all along. Auntie M is waiting for me at home. Everything you want, you had all along. When life gets hard, you don't have to make it on your own. Everything you want, you had all along. Don't you know that there is no place like home? Like home. Had a dream and everybody was there. It showed me that I'm loved and that you really care. I was in search of courage, a brain and a heart. Now I know I had all those things from the start.
star. What a stupid ending.
Rock and roll, brother.
Rock and roll, brother.
Very 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. You know what it was?
Sounds like a Weezer song.
That's what I was going for after I kind of settled into it. But like I just got this big muff.
Oh, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Well, like Electro Harmonix Big Muff, the classic fuzz pedal from like, way back in the day. And
What's a big muff without a little fuzz, baby?
And nice. But like I started playing around with that, and I went to do like a Wild Thing, where it's like that's yeah. So, but then I was like, well, I'm not gonna go up to the the 5 or whatever it is. I was like, let me go down, and so I I was like, oh, that's 90s as hell. Well, it's a 90s song, and then yeah, that's it. And then, like you said, the Weezer stuff, I was like, with the fuzz, like they play all their solos with a shit ton of fuzz. And I was like, you know what? Let me do a Weezer solo thing. They play the melody, like all the 90s songs, the guitar solos are just like the melody.
Yeah.
You do a little frilly shit around it. So I did that, and that's it.
It was dope, man. It sounded
rock
great.
And roll. That was really cool.
Thank you. I figured I keep the lyrics pretty wholesome because it's a wholesome movie,
It is a wholesome movie.
Yeah, let me be the one who writes lyrics about slaughtering them for
no
reason.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much it. Had a good time revisiting this.
Me too.
Yeah, Robbie, what do we got going on next week?
Oh, Andy, that question is so good. It deserves its own HBO special. And I can tell you what we are doing in like just seconds, like literally moments. But I just
I know what we're doing.
So do I, actually.
Oh,
it's Gladiator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, Gladiator. That was my mom's favorite movie when I was growing up. That and Moonstruck.
I've never seen Gladiator.
Really?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You've never seen it?
Yeah, we're prepping for Gladiator 2.
Yeah, which will also be doing a hot and fresh on.
That's right. Gladiator 2. Hopefully it's better than Beetlejuice 2.
Oh shit.
I actually haven't seen that either.
I haven't seen Beetlejuice 2. I don't know.
Maybe.
So I can't fuck Beetlejuice 2.
Hey Tom.
Yeah.
Give out all your socials one more time.
You can follow me on Instagram at tom.crescenzo. If you want to spell that, see the beginning of this podcast. Tom.crescenzo on Instagram. Facebook, it's just Tom Crescenzo. I don't really post a lot on Facebook, if I'm being honest. YouTube, you can find me, Tom Crescenzo. I have some clips on there. Definitely not posting consistently enough. And I will be at Roasted in Grove 34 doing a roast battle at some point in November. I'm not sure the exact date yet, but you'll have to follow my page if you want to find out about that.
Very cool, very cool. So follow Tom on all the socials. And as you're doing that, you're going to get all... I fucked that up. And as you're doing that, Andy will tell you where you can find our music.
All right. You go to Spotify, you go to Deezer, you go to Apple Music, wherever you get your music. And you search the Royds, and you'll find a plethora of songs, a lot of songs about from the podcast, about movies or otherwise. But if you want everything, including guest songs, bonus songs, every single song,
Blam Carp.
Yeah, you could go. Yep, and you could go. You go to TheRoyds.bandcamp.com, and you'll find all the songs about all the movies that we've covered so far. And yeah. Let us know what you think. And check it out. Robbie.
Yes.
Do your thing, baby.
Okay. Okay, well, Andy, check
his pants are off. His pants are off.
You can find us on the socials, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, at TheRoydsBand. Leave comments, follow us, engage with us. Send us DMs, request a movie. We really like that, and we'll do the movie, we promise. Someone left a comment on Spotify requesting Princess Mononoke, and we're doing it, brother.
It's on the schedule.
2025.
Hell yeah.
We come through, brothers and sisters.
Yeah, and cousins.
And non-binary siblings. What do you call a non-binary? Just a sibling, I guess?
I guess. I don't know.
Just a genuine question. I genuinely don't know.
I think sibling is safe.
You're theyster.
That's very good, actually.
That was the most boomer joke I've ever made.
I liked it, though.
Yeah, more like the theyster.
Send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. Wherever you're listening to us, give us a 5-star rating and review, including if you're listening to us on YouTube at TheRoydsBand. Whew.
Wow. Crushed it.
We've done it.
Can I get one more plug in? I forgot one before I go.
Yeah.
Also, check out A Podcast Orange, available on Spotify. That is my also very inconsistent podcast that I do with comedian Jack Simmons. We're a riot, man. We're just the funniest motherfuckers, man. You gotta
That's
check
what
it
I
out.
like.
Yeah, man.
I like that promotion. Too many people are like,
man.
if you want, pretty good. No. No, he's telling you, they're the funniest motherfuckers.
We are the funniest motherfuckers who have ever fucked mothers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my. And it's an entire podcast about the color orange, which I think is incredible.
The podcast is really just us talking. It's like the name came from because it was a pandemic creation. So the name was just like we were trying to think of podcast names, and we both like A Clockwork Orange. That's a movie you guys should do. We both like A Clockwork Orange, so we were like, why not A Podcast Orange? Yeah.
I get it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cockwork orange.
A Cockwork.
Nice.
That's where I stick my wiener in an orange.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, and the citrus is getting my pee. We don't need to go into
Ow.
it here.
You know what? I'm
It was
going to
all-
ask you to kindly stop.
It was a whole ER visit. We don't need to.
Wow.
Gosh.
Next
Well-
week.
Yeah, next week, Gladiator. Gladiador.
Oh, very good. Mediator. He's like, I'm not a gladiator. I'm a mediator.
That's good stuff.
Or he could be a sadiator. He's like, I don't want to fight.
Well, hopefully we'll see you next week after that.
Fuck you. Mediator was good, but sadiator wasn't.
You went a bridge too far, Robbie.
Well, consider my bridges burned, baby.
Consider your britches burn.
Ooh.
Oh damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Burned them pants, right? Those are bridges are pants?
Yeah. Well, I think it's underpants.
Oh.
Yeah. That lacy number you got on now, Robbie.
Oh.
Rob did this whole podcast in lingerie.
What I like to hear.
Yeah. It's stunning, honestly.
How much to see the bottom half, babe?
Oh man, I can't pay someone enough.
Oh.
It's grotesque.
Grotesque, Robbie. There's
Oh,
you.
my
All right,
bad.
let's wrap this up.
My bad, yeah.
All right, next
everybody.
week, Gladiator. Thank you so much for listening.
And thanks for being here, Tom. We had a lot of fun. This
yeah.
was awesome.
Thank you guys for having me. It was a pleasure. Much appreciated.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
We'll see you later.
Peace, y'all.